Can I speak?
There's some dark things you should never try and go into the recesses of my mind. There's a dark and scary place in there.
Bengals are a tiger.
Oh, he's totally off his rocker.
And it also
But I like that.
This card doesn't deserve a place in my deck, but it might make a good coaster for my drink.
Ernie, I like hookers. I'm not a role model.
If I got stiff-armed by Derrick Henry, how far do you think I would fly?
I can only think of Frank Thomas and his giant dong.
Hello and welcome everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Beards and Balls podcast. We've made it to week 7 of the Beards and Balls podcast. Today with me, I have my usual lovely co-hosts. First is the man with the hand up.
7. That's 5 plus 2 is 7.
And who are
We
you?
didn't think we were going to get to 7 episodes, by the way. I'm Anthony. F. You can follow me at Kaufman.
Born to run _19.
Yes. You remember the underscore. My lighting is terrible. Anyways, you keep doing your thing.
It's an evening episode. Along with
Start
Mr. Anthony, we also have...
Oh, that's
Guy
me. That's
really
me.
distracted
Hello.
on his
It is
phone.
me. I am not on my phone.
He's
I
just
was totally present.
on his phone looking at I don't know who even knows what, or who even knows who. But what's your
on there, man? There's some dark things you should never try and go into the recesses of my mind. It is a dark and scary place in there.
Well, that's the
But
whole
I'm
intro.
Patrick Cheeseman.
just-
At the Cheese Abides and at OG Cheeseman. And
Like,
it
no,
is Friday. What are we doing?
Listen here, Plumley. Just so you know this, when I think of what goes on in your head, I'm just seeing tigers running around and like Aaron Rodgers
I'm just
and maybe-
picturing
I
Joey
guess Joey
Votto, and
Votto.
that's it.
naked.
For some
Joe-
reason.
all-
Well, actually, we know
everyone-
the reason.
They're all in the nude, by the way,
Yes,
and
even
wearing
the
cheese
Tigers.
heads, and just wearing cheese heads.
All right.
Ugh.
And I am your host, Chris Kaufman. You can find me on Twitter at CWKoff. You can find all three of us, I guess, technically conglomerated into one account at Beards_Balls.
Like one creature.
We finally sent a tweet out, and it was dissing Philadelphia. I mean, like,
By the
I mean,
way,
how
I was going to
apropos.
read it. No,
Go for it. Go for it. Let's do a live read of the first ever tweet.
Real
from the
quick
account.
though. While I look up that, you know what we essentially are, the three
What?
of us.
Annoying.
What?
Well, yes.
No. I will not
Sexy.
title myself as that. You
No,
can
we're
do
not
that
that.
if you want. But look
Single?
at him, follower.
Yes.
That yes. Anyways,
This is turning into Mad Libs.
God, what was I going? Oh, we are like a mythical beast, a 3-headed mythical beast. We
A
are a
Hydra.
Cerberus.
A Cerberus.
No, Kaufman. A Cerberus has 3 heads. A Hydra has a bunch of heads. If you cut one off, another grows.
Exactly.
God, that'd be
We
terrifying.
cut one off, and then Ulysses came on.
I
And
was
then
about to say.
we're
I
about
was
to-
about to say what a weaker head sprouts. Then is that what you're telling me?
Just a neck.
Anyways,
But anyway,
the
Today
official
we
first
have
tweet.
a action-packed episode. Just to use buzzwords and phrases that get people to be excited.
Cheeseman.
We have
I'm
as
not here.
I understand how you feel because I was about to read the tweet and then Kaufman just said, "Forget the tweet. Let's."
we
go for it."
have the tweet coming
That's what
up
he does.
soon that I did forget about.
Yes, he did.
We also
Coming up
have
right now.
we also
I'm
have
looking at it.
we also have NFL Week 6 recap.
Oh,
Just to quick go over what we saw in the NFL this past week. We'll also
Yeah.
go over our picks
that
for this
impressive.
upcoming week. But our big main creme de la creme topic for today is sports commercials. All the good ones, all the bad ones, all the ones that only you know about. That's the ones we're going to be talking about today. We're going to have a lot of fun. We would show them, but a lot of them use
Copyrights.
copyrighted music, and we're not trying to get taken down 7 weeks in. But anyway, we also may touch on some baseball because that's going on, and we also will touch on the opening NBA season. But before we
Understand,
do
guys,
all
we're
of
not gonna
that,
touch on a lot.
we will.
Not a lot.
But before we do all of that, what was the first tweet?
The first tweet is, and I quote, "The city of Philadelphia is America's garbage dump, a literal trash fire. The Eagles suck, the 76ers suck, the Phillies suck, and the Flyers suck." That's it. That's the first official tweet of the Beards and Balls podcast. Poop emoji.
And it's apropos. I mean, like, it's not wrong.
Also, let me also say this. I almost didn't include the Flyers because who cares? I'm sorry, but
Gritty is
this
amazing. Gritty is amazing.
Look at that. They can't even get a good mask. I fucking hate that city. Let's just move on. Let's get on to the next thing
Well,
before it turns into we
Actually,
hate
Philadelphia is a good segue into our first little topic of discussion here because last week I picked Philadelphia to beat the Buccaneers and I was
Yeah, that was
woefully
stupid.
wrong. But if we take a little look-see back at all of our picks, I ended up, despite losing the first game. And heads up, this episode was recorded on a Friday, and just for future, we all picked the Broncos to win, and they didn't. So we all started off. I'm starting off 0-2 in the past 2 Thursdays, but we're all starting 0-1 this Thursday. Regardless, the Eagles lost, but I came away victorious this week. I had an 11-5 record. I've taken the lead. I am now 2 games ahead of Anthony, who went 9-7 this past week. And Cheese.
But let me also put this out there. I picked one that should count for like 10 because both of you laughed and said, "Oh, that's not going to happen," and I was right. And might I add, once again, Kaufman, I've bested you when it comes to the Jaguars.
That's true.
Again.
You're right. They are now
Again.
1-5, and you accurately
No.
predicted that one.
I'm right because I said if there was any team they were going to beat, it's that downward trending trash. Can they all be trash fires? I guess this is a trash fire too, Miami.
But all of you, all 2 of you, also predicted that the Texans would pick up a win, and they did not. They got crushed. I predicted the Colts. That would help me get my 11-5. Cheeseman, meanwhile, finished 7-9 this week. Eesh, below 500 again.
Was it 10-6 at least?
That's true. That's true. So the overall standings, and if you want to hear our picks, download last week's episode. Tell a friend to download last week's episode, and they'll tell you what we picked. Do that.
Tell a friend to download it, and then tell them to play it for you.
But
We will give you $5 if you
do what I do. Do what I do. Delegate all the work to the other guys.
Exactly. But yeah, the overall standings, I'm in first with a 66-30 record, followed by Anthony with a 64-32 record. And then Cheeseman's down there with 55-40. I'm pretty sure Ulysses, only picking 1 week, has a better record than Cheeseman.
Yep.
Well, at least a better percentage.
That's true. Hey, but you're
Winning
still overall, what is this? 14 games above 500? That's saying something. I mean,
Sammy Hagar would approve.
I mean, sure, you can
Why would
undo
you
that.
approve? Okay, wait.
You can
I need
undo
to
that in a
specifically
week.
know. I need to specifically know why Sammy Hagar would approve.
Isn't he the one who sings that song?
Oh,
I can't drive
no.
55.
Yeah, okay, but the fact that I didn't
Good
immediately
shout.
get it as the person who knows all that stuff,
Mhm.
that wasn't a good one, Cheeseman. But I appreciate the effort.
You know what? If the fantasy footballers listen to it, they get that reference.
I don't want to talk fantasy football.
No, I get the reference
Shout out Hitman.
after you explained it. But
I should have had to
anyways.
explain it. It's an iconic
No,
song.
No, that's not the argument whether the song is iconic or not, or I know the song. It's the argument of your use of, you know what? This is weird.
Mhm.
Let's move on.
But a couple other
No, this is
interesting.
the Sammy Hagar episode now.
I was gonna say Cheeseman has the weirdest look on his face his whole time that this conversation is happening.
I always have a weird look on my face. I can't help it. It's my
Wait,
face.
did I say Cheeseman or Kaufman?
You said cheese.
Oh, okay, it's already weird. I meant Kaufman. Let's go.
All
Let's
white
go.
people look alike. But anyway,
Yes.
I managed to sneak ahead because of my lone wolfing this past week, where I lone wolfed the Titans, the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Ravens, and the Colts. 5 lone wolves to come away with this
Remember
victory.
what I told you last
Granted,
week, Kaufman?
What was
Remember
that?
what I told you?
What?
That I was gonna regret picking alongside Cheeseman
Yeah.
You really
because
That
I
was
did.
Mistake
did.
and downfall. I even said you shouldn't
yeah.
be doing this.
No, but to be fair, I mean, I should have known better that Tennessee would beat the Bills because they did last year. They did the
Mhm.
exact same thing last season.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry is a to use the
But-
phrase grown ass man.
Oh, he is a 250-pound guy who runs at 20 miles per hour, which, might I add, is the fastest that any player has moved this season so far. So
Faster than Deshaun
That's a
Jackson,
big man.
faster than Tyreek Hill, faster
Hey,
than
hey.
Jamar Chase.
Hey,
please don't say any Bengals.
hey,
Oh,
If I got stiff armed by Derrick Henry, how far do you think I would fly?
I think your
Like that
neck would
Plumlee
snap.
did right now. Like he would, yeah. There you go.
For those of
Oh,
you who don't know,
God.
just came across our Twitter feed was the Jared Allen dunk from Friday, where he just obliterated Mason Plumlee or or Marshall or one of the Plumleys. Who
A
cares?
Plumlee
And Anthony pointed out that from a distance,
from a distance.
the Plumlee favors the cheese. So
I haven't seen this yet. Where is it?
it's on SportsCenter's
you-
Twitter.
It's on SportsCenter's Twitter. We thought we were all watching it. God,
I go rogue.
Yeah, I can tell. I was supposed to be the wild.
Do you guys
card.
want to go ahead and do picks for next week? Just keep it all in the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
category?
yeah. let's do it.
the only thing I think that we should quickly mention is apparently Congress is interested in the NFL's investigation.
Ooh, yes,
And
they are.
I saw that. That's amazing.
I think it's great because look, it's not like Congress is doing much of anything else. So let them, get into sports.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to see where things are going to be going. John Gruden also apparently was reached out to by a producer for I think Real Sports. They didn't think they were going to get an answer, but they did. And apparently he said something about the truth will come out. I'm like, oh, so you're not going quietly into the night. What is the truth, John? Please.
Was
enlighten
that
me.
Jay Gruden emailing all of those, and they just got Jay.Gruden at
No,
gmail.com wrong?
it was neither of them. It was
Okay.
Frank Caliendo as John. Gruden.
Oh no, Frank would never do that.
No, when he gets into the character, he gets
He-
totally absorbed by
Okay,
the
fair
character.
enough. But anyway, as we mentioned, all of us picked the Broncos in the Thursday game that has already happened, and all of us took the L on that one.
I have to ask you guys, and I think we're all maybe I don't. Know,
I don't have
know
a
if we-
shaved head.
What? I said from a distance.
From a distance, man.
That is the furthest distance you could ever give someone.
By the way, you could have waited till another opportunity to
Yeah.
watch this instead of in the middle of the
Ins-
podcast. But I also kind of like this.
Instead, you gave me
so-
a soundbite for the intro, so
The other thing I was going to mention
I wish I was
is
that
about
tall.
maybe we should save it for next week, but I do have to ask this question.
Mhm.
I think I know Kaufman's answer. I don't know Cheeseman's because he's the real wild card. Would you give Baker Mayfield that contract that he's probably going to end up getting from the Browns?
it depends on the money. Like,
What I mean, you know what I mean when I say that he's going to be getting $40 million
no,
because it's
I
next
would
man up.
not. I would
No,
not. Give
no, no, no.
Baker 40.
I wouldn't. You wouldn't. Cheeseman. I think
It's a little
mean,
gift for the
you-
YouTube audience.
You gotta look at the options that they have left. But it's either Case Keenum, hope for a good trade, or who you got? Spencer Rattler,
yeah, but I'm also not
Ohio
gonna be
State
giving
quarterback
40
that barely ever works.
but I'm not going to give Baker Mayfield $200 million.
I mean, I
not.
wouldn't either.
You could, and I
That's-
know people don't do this with the second contract. You could do the Kirk Cousins thing where you only give him 2 years but make everything fully guaranteed. And just maybe
They
he
could.
because I don't
they
think
could.
Franchise tag him.
like I don't think Baker. Well, that's going to be
That's a good
40
point.
million.
But that's I was going to say, but it's 1 year instead of 5.
That's
or
true.
4. You know,
Baker, I think, is a good enough quarterback to get a second contract. I think I believe in
It's
Baker
not-
more
it's
than
not
a
the
lot
contract.
of people do. It's
Oh,
just
I
the
hate
amount
him.
of money.
You know, I hate him.
Yeah, I know you do. It's just the amount of. He's not. I
That's
hate.
what it comes down to.
I
It's
hate
the money.
how. I hate how quarterbacks the way it's going. It's like, well, the last guy got this, so I have to
So-
get this. When it's like, you're not Mahomes, you're not Josh Allen, you're Baker Mayfield, you're like
You're
a
not
you're like
Aaron
a
Rodgers,
T,
you're
you're
not
like
Tom
a
Brady,
$30
you're-
million
you're- I
dollar,
mean-
you're like
I
a
mean, I hate to
$25
say
million
it.
dollar.
No, I hate to say it. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I don't even think he's Kirk Cousins.
He is. I
Because
think.
Kirk Cousins, no. Kirk Cousins can win you a game even, and I hate Kirk Cousins too. I hate them both, but I think Kirk Cousins has shown you more. He has shown you more. He's been there longer, clearly,
It's a good point.
but he showed you enough to get that second contract, even though it was a weird one, like you said. It was
Yeah.
like 2 years fully guaranteed. Baker,
Maybe Baker needs to go to a different team,
I don't even think it's that.
which is saying a
I
lot
think
because that
it's
offense is
just the money.
stacked.
Wait, I literally, but that ends up being the thing. It's like how much longer will it stay stacked if he gets paid 40 million
Exactly.
a year? And then you have the salary of Odell Beckham.
So, Cheese, what was your answer? Did
Oof.
you say you would give him that contract, 40
I
million for?
wouldn't give him. I would just franchise tag him at this point.
Mhm.
Well,
But then
would,
you run
if
the
I'm
risk
them,
of him sitting and being like, "No, I want a full contract."
Well,
I don't,
you know
but
what?
the
You
thing
know
is,
what I don't like
I don't
about
see
him.
Baker as. I don't really see him as someone that would do that. Really, I feel like
I
he's
don't see him
grown
as
a lot.
sitting. I don't see. Here's the thing. He's still an arrogant asshole, and I don't like that about him.
Yeah, but
look
I
at
mean,
what,
I
no,
think-
look at what he said this week. Oh, I'm gonna be the starter, and shut the
What were
fuck
you,
up.
what were you saying?
There's a
Cheese?
whole staff that decides that. But anyways, Cheese.
I was saying, I think he's grown more. I think
Yeah,
he's.
from
I
what
think
he
he's.
was.
I don't. He's put the city on his back. He's shown that he loves the team that he's on. He's shown that he loves the city he's in. I don't see him as being someone who's just gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing.
No,
He'll
I
go out
agree on
and
that.
earn it.
Yeah.
He
I agree.
wants to
Don't
play.
forget-
he wants to win.
He and the Browns had didn't they win a playoff game last year?
They did.
One.
And
Yes,
and
he
they
did.
had the lead late against the Chiefs.
Yeah. Then they got
But-
hosed.
But it again, it comes down to
Coffin.
the
It was a
amount of
bad
money.
call, and you know it.
Oh no, I
Oh,
agree.
Lord. Okay, we're
Don't
yeah,
go
but that
at
was
me
last
like
year.
I didn't even show any sign of disagreement. Like I just
I saw
agreed
that
with
smirk
you.
on your face.
It's already starting. Look, all Ohio, Cincinnati, and Cleveland-based teams suck. Just accept it. Now let's move on to
All right.
the whole thing about his contract. The last thing.
Stab you later.
If I'm that, that's fine. You try that. You try that. And I will come at you doubly. I will shoot you. I'll shoot you, Cheeseman, if you stab me.
Shoot you an email. Anyway. But yeah, just
offer
wrapping
him
it up.
150 million
Yeah. All
for
right.
4 years.
So
period.
speaking of those Browns, they did win. We all took the loss because of that. The next game on the docket, according to the schedule, is Chiefs Titans. Who do you have to pick in that one?
See, after all the talking up I did of how the Chiefs are going to be okay, I think they'll lose this game. It still doesn't. It's still not a referendum on how they're going to end up at the end of the year because of 17 games.
Mhm.
But the only reason I think that is just because I think the Titans have the kind of thing that they have a really good running game. They have Derrick Henry who can run the ball,
Yeah.
and the Chiefs don't have a great defense. That's all it comes down to. It's nothing about Mahomes or their offense. It literally just comes down to I think that the Tennessee Titans match up better against the Chiefs defense. That's all. So I'm going to pick the Titans this week,
Chiefs?
this time.
Cheese?
I'm picking the Titans because I'm starting Ryan Tannehill.
Oh shit! You pick the Chiefs. Cheeseman.
I'm
You-
picking the Chiefs. Obviously I'm a homer, so I'm gonna believe in my team more than anybody else does. Also, I know whenever we go to Tennessee, we lose. It just happens when we play in where are they? Nashville, whatever ville they're in. Memphis? No, not Memphis.
No, it's Knox County, Tennessee.
when they're in
Memphisville?
when they're in Mayor Glenn Jacobs' backyard, we lose.
When they're in chat, yeah.
I think this one time we're due for a win in Tennessee. I think we're gonna get it. That's my only reasoning because if this were like the Tennessee just has our number. But yeah, I think
it's only because of how that team is built.
exactly.
They're going to be a problem for any team that is in the style or vein of the Chiefs. Look what they
Yes.
did to the Bills.
Yes. Okay, next game. Washington going to Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Ah!
Okay, everybody.
No, I mean no. But to be fair, this is exactly the kind of game that Green Bay would end up losing, though, as in like it's a trap game.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Washington's anywhere near as good. Yeah. I'm gonna just go Green.
All right.
The trap game was week 1 against the Saints. There will be no more traps.
Get over that. Now you're making me want Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to not win anything.
She's taking
Also, the Cowboys are good, so
she's taking a very anti-trap stance there. So anyway, the next game, the Bengals are going to the Ravens to play.
I'm gonna pick the Bengals.
Really? Okay.
Because speaking of trap games, I thought last week was going to be that game, but I should have realized no, that's the Chargers. That's the one that they're going to focus on. This is the trap game.
Mm-hmm. Cheese, do you want me to go ahead
Also,
and write
the
you
Bengals
down
are
for
good.
Bengals?
You know what?
I think he's going to pick the Ravens.
I'm going to pick the Ravens
Okay. I'm also
because
going
I want to. Because in this instance, I want to be wrong.
Okay, fair enough. You're either
I
you're
know.
either right and you get a point, or you're wrong and your team wins.
That's
Understand.
so. And I just think I think it's going to be a
He
lot
needs
closer
this.
than everyone thinks it's going to be. It's not going to be like last season. Lamar's not going to be able to run on this defense all the time because it's upgrade. Everyone isn't hurt to hell, and it's upgraded a lot more. And that wide receiving room sucks. In Baltimore, come at me.
No, you're not wrong because
Hey,
I've had
Sa-
I don't know how many.
hey,
no,
We don't want Sammy Watkins after us. That man.
Ooh, he is a
or,
lizard king after all.
What was the other guy? What was the other dude?
Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood.
No. Anybody else, I don't care if they come after us. Sammy Watkins, I'm terrified of.
Okay,
He's a
he might
lizard
be
king.
person.
He
But
had
no,
his
this is
tinfoil
gonna be
hat.
it's gonna be a fun. I think it's gonna be a fun game. I think it might actually end up being a low scoring one. Like I'm literally thinking, I do not think I don't know what the spread is, but whatever it is, I'm probably taking the under. I think it's going to be close because because that Bengals defense, it's good. That Ravens defense is not.
Actually,
But
no. I'm gonna go flip side and say the Ravens do have a good defense. They have half a good defense because they don't have a good linebacking core.
No, they do
really
not.
good. They have a really good secondary. Like that is a loaded secondary, and then everything else is kind of not. Which is exactly why I'm picking the Bengals to win this one.
All right. I'm going with the Ravens as well. The next game is, and I don't really have any reasoning. I just
No
like
props.
Lamar. And I like the color purple.
Hey, you know, Kaufman, I've told you before, the Bengals. No, not the
Yeah.
Bengals. The Ravens are, I think I've told you, they're my second favorite team in the NFL.
Mhm.
gross.
Like if
They
I
are.
didn't have the Cowboys, be quiet. They're better winners than your shitty Tigers over there.
You got a point.
I'm not from Detroit. Why are we talking about baseball?
Bengals are a tiger.
A Bengal. Wait.
I know!
Wait.
I
Okay,
know!
good. Because I was about to ask you, have you been a fan of this team this whole time?
Do you know what a Bengal
See?
is?
Have you looked at those uniforms?
Right? The band from the 80s, right? A
Oh,
Bengal.
no, that's the
They're about-
Bengals,
Hey,
not the Bengals.
the idea that he might not know what a tiger is, or what a Bengal is, but has seen those uniforms and has never been able to put two and two together.
I just thought they had something going. I thought a Bengal was a fish.
Like a striped fish. It was a
Oh.
clownfish.
No,
there you
I'm
go.
not.
It's-
I'm
it's-
not
it's-
stupid. I'm fully aware
God.
of what a Bengal tiger.
I really want him to think that it was a clownfish and that this whole time he was a fan of the Bengals because he really likes Finding Nemo. But anyways,
Okay. The next game is
is fun.
the Panthers are
Yeah.
going to New York to play the Giants.
Sam Darnold said that he sees shadows or he's seen ghosts.
Ghosts.
Somebody pick that up. Kaufman.
Are you
I think
are
you and
you
I
picking
both
the
like him.
Giants? You're picking the
No,
Giants.
I'm not gonna pick the
Okay.
Giants, but I'm just telling you that I'm kind of worried about the Panthers that you and I both liked.
I'll be honest, looking because I was fixing to say this might be Cheeseman's tie of the week. There's
another one.
There's a few
There's
games
another
this
one.
week that could be tie of the week.
Yeah, it's
But
not this
there's
one.
but there is one. There is one game that is so bad that it just sits above the
I'm pretty
others.
sure it's the next one. But
And
yeah,
you should
are
look up the spread on that one
are you
because
okay?
it is interesting.
Which team are you going with?
I'm going with the Panthers because I'm not picking guys. I think that the coach of the Giants, he might have problems.
No, really.
No, I think
I am
Kaufman gets what I mean.
shocked.
I do.
Uh,
An ex Belichick disciple is not a good head coach. What?
Wow.
but there is this guy's taking it to another level of really dumb. Like we've seen dumb. You
You know-
saw what he did with his coaches.
You know
start.
what? You know what's crazy? He's not the dumbest coach that that they've had in the last
Romeo
10
Crennel?
years.
Oh,
Because they had McAdoo.
But you know what's funny though?
Denny's
In
Benny
my-
McAdoo.
wait, but in my head, it's still Ben McAdoo.
That's true.
They just
I mean,
fused into the same person.
he polyamour or what's it? Polyamorization? The Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Polymorph.
Polymerization. Yeah.
Polymerization. There we go. Not
I was like, what
polyamor.
are you
That's
talking about?
not
I
multiple
was like,
partners in a
polyamorous.
relationship.
I was like,
Yeah, you're thinking polymorph.
Polymerization. There we go.
Oh no, the terrible images of Ben McAdoo and Joe Judge slamming each other is terrible.
No, they're not slamming each other. They're just sharing a
Oh,
wife.
Shunting.
But what you said about polyamorous and just them, it's
That's
like,
what I'm saying. They're
ugh.
sharing a wife. Okay.
Okay, this got weird
All right.
fast. They're not in Utah. Let's go.
Cheeseman's gone. I actually don't
He
know.
is gone.
I don't know who Cheeseman picked. Oh, he's back.
I'm going to take the Giants, but no, I'm not. I'm taking the Panthers.
Okay.
I forgot the
Wait,
Giants are hurt to hell.
didn't you take the you took the Giants against the Cowboys, right? Yeah, that's right. You did that. I remember. Now let's continue.
All
The
right.
Giants are hurt to hell and back.
The
They're
next
not winning.
the next game probably is going to be the tie of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and write Cheese down for the tie. Falcons Dolphins.
That's the game. How do you sell that game?
You don't.
How do you sell it?
Kyle Pitts is playing a football game.
God,
That's it. That's how you sell it. Kyle Pitts.
Miami has taken such a nosedive.
They're willing to trade for Deshaun Watson.
Oh, what do you know? They've been wanting to do that for
No,
a
I know
long
what's
since
gonna
before
happen
the
in this game.
problems. Oh, you know what's gonna happen.
I know what's going to happen.
So
in this
I'm gonna
game.
pick. Wait. I'm gonna
No.
pick. Oh, I don't know who to pick.
No, look,
God,
I'll
I
help
feel
you
like
out.
if I
I'll help.
pick- I
No,
feel
look,
like if
no,
I
look,
pick
look,
the
look, look, look,
Falcons-
look. Let me help you out here. This is Atlanta, and who? Look, Atlanta tomorrow will be hosting Game 6 of the NLCS, which
Yes,
means
this is what I'm talking about.
Which means Sunday will be Game 7 if needed, which it will be needed because it's Atlanta. How Atlanta
not.
would it be for them to lose the NLCS
both games.
3-1? Can I speak?
Oh
Can I finish a sentence?
no, you
Um,
don't do that on this podcast. You know that.
How great would it be for them to lose a 3-1 lead and then also lose a meaningless football game on the same day?
Here's what I was gonna say. That if one happens, if one wins, the other one won't, and because whoever wins is gonna absorb that juju.
No. They all
Because you
lose.
because you don't get it, Kaufman. I'm tired of your pessimistic Atlanta fandom. Because I'm going to skip to it now. The Braves are going to win everything this year. Period. I'm picking it now. That's all. And we're just going to move on to the next.
Okay. So are you going Dolphins or Falcons? Because we never got that.
Oh, I'm going Dolphins.
All
Can
right.
we start Tua Tagovailoa because he's probably going to go off after hearing the Deshaun Watson rumors this week?
He's been hearing them for months,
and
and he hasn't gone off yet.
Well,
So
no, he did last week. He got me
wait,
22
you know what, but-
points.
yeah, but the average quarterback gets.
That's going off for
whatever.
Tua. 22 points is going off for Tua. Anyway, the next
Also,
game.
Dolphins fans suck.
Wait, did Cheeseman pick? No, they don't. Not
It's
as
the
much
tie.
Well, they do.
He picked the
They
tie.
do.
That's the
Oh,
tie
yeah,
game.
Yeah.
I just
And
wrote it in
they
for him
do.
because I knew.
They do suck, Cheeseman, but not as much as Boston fans.
All right.
No, I
Speaking of
know.
Boston, the next game, Patriots in Foxborough hosting the Jets. Jets, Jets.
This could be the backup tie of the week, the way they've been playing.
You kidding me?
No, it's the Jets, Cheeseman. Zach Wilson's gonna throw like 6 picks to.
It's
to
Belichick against a rookie quarterback.
No, it's Belichick against the Jets, rookie or not. It doesn't matter who's helming them.
It's Belichick against
Unless
a rookie quarterback he's already played. He already has
That's a good point.
film
That's a
on
good point.
and like first-hand experience with. Like
Yeah.
the Patriots
Look,
are gonna boat race them.
Unless it's Mark Sanchez coached by Rex Ryan, they're not beating the Patriots. And the reason I say that is because they beat the Patriots. Let's never forget that the Jets went to back-to-back AFC championships.
One of
and they
those
beat
years
Peyton
was
Manning and Tom Brady.
one of those years was the Matt Castle year, but you know,
Yeah, but the other one wasn't.
true. Anyway, are you going Patriots as well, Cheeseman?
Jets.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. The next game,
I like how dismissive he was
the next game is Eagles and Raiders.
for the Raiders.
Okay.
I read the tweet at the top of the episode. It's the Raiders.
Cheese, are you going Raiders?
I'll take the Eagles.
Okay.
Oh,
Alrighty.
by the way,
that
guys,
frees me
did
up.
you know that today is Make a Dog's Day?
I want a dog.
Make a dog? Oh, make a dog's
Is-
day. Okay.
yeah,
I thought it was make a dog day. I'm like, what?
of course you thought that. I should
right.
have said. I should have clarified.
So,
anyways,
I was gonna pick the Eagles because I was anticipating Cheeseman to go with the Raiders. Now you have freed me
Gross.
up for a free win, so I am going with the Raiders.
he's done this before. He's picked the Eagles before.
All right.
It didn't go well that time.
The next game, we've only got what 5 more games here. We can get through these pretty quick. Lions, Rams.
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 Oh, ooh. Okay, real quick.
yes.
Have you seen the spread for that game?
I have
Yes.
not.
Yes, it's
It's
bad.
like 17 points, 17 and a half points.
In an
That is
NFL game.
college. So there are 3 games that have those kinds of spreads. The other one is coming up later.
I think it's.
Just-
Cheese, who do you have in this game?
It's the Rams.
Okay. Is it the Bears Buccaneers? Is that the other one?
15-point spread.
All right. Who's
Did you hear what Tom Brady? Did you hear what Tom Brady?
which
this
Bucks
week,
is going to win this
general,
one? What?
where they were asking him about because it's the first time that he plays an Ohio State quarterback, and he went to Michigan.
Oh.
And he made the point of, it's like, how come you never really see any Ohio State quarterbacks? Like, there's a bunch of Michigan guys,
It's true.
and it's just, and it,
Because Ohio State quarterbacks suck.
they do.
Joe
but
Burrow
so-
doesn't count. He
So-
went to LSU. He didn't play for Ohio State. He played for LSU. That's the law.
True. It's where he was last at. So we're all going Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
All right. The next game, another one of those games, Texans Cardinals. The
I take
JJ.
it back, by the way. That wasn't the biggest spread earlier.
This one is.
This one is 18.5.
The
This is
JJ Watt
the biggest
revenge
spread.
game. The JJ Watt
Is it JJ
revenge
Watt?
game.
Because JJ, did you hear what he said about why he left?
Bill O'Brien.
Because he was very, essentially he said he left because he could see that they were about to suck really bad, the Texans. Like, he
you never,
saw it coming. And
you
he was
never
like,
want to hear
"Yeah,
that
Nope.
from your.
By the way, he also said he's also very angry that he's like, maybe instead of asking us why we're 6-0, maybe we're just good. That's a good point.
They've beaten
Maybe
a
you're
couple
good.
They've beaten a couple good teams too.
And impressively in some
Mhm.
cases. So
All right. Then Colts and 49ers are the Sunday night game.
that's an interesting one.
Trey Lance is out officially, not playing.
I'm gonna go with Indy.
Okay.
San Francisco's a weird team right now.
They really
you do
are.
know you did hear about how they really Tom Brady wanted to go there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
And they
want
decided to
him.
stick with Jimmy G. And how's that
And
working
then what
for you?
and then what happens? He's in the Super Bowl and they have to eat shit and watch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What a bad move, man.
If
Jeez.
Tom
bad
Brady was
move.
there, they might have beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Oh, if Tom Brady was regardless of who was there, I think Tom Brady was winning that Super Bowl. If it was on Tampa Bay or on San Francisco, just 'cause those
I'm
teams
talking
are really
about.
good.
I'm talking about Super
The
Bowl.
year
What was
before.
it? Super Bowl 55.
Oh, the year before. Oh, probably that was a
that
better.
defense was too
that-
good.
I was gonna say that was a better San Francisco team defensively than this one is.
All right.
So
So, Cheeseman, do you go with the Niners or the Coltsers?
I'll take the Niners this time. Let's get weird.
I have
gonna start showing
no
your feet?
reason to pick this, but my gut is telling me 49ers. And, I'm in the lead, so maybe my gut is right.
he has one
Um,
good week and he thinks he's Nostradamus. Okay. Well, you jumped way ahead of where
All
I was
right.
going.
And then finally, the Monday night game. This would have been a banger of a game like 3 years ago. Saints and Seahawks.
Let's
the
get in
way,
those
did you-
overalls.
Did you ask us about the Texans? Did I ever make that pick? I think you just naturally assumed.
Oh, I
rightfully
put
so.
everybody as Cardinals for that one.
Okay,
They-
good. Just wanted to be sure on that.
Yeah. But yeah,
You're right, it would have been
Seahawks
great 3 years
and
ago.
the Jameis Winston Express.
Where are those overalls? We're
all-
getting in them.
Yep.
What do you mean? Where are they? We're getting in them. I've never gotten out of them.
You left, Cheeseman. You left
I am
them.
where,
did
just so
you?
you know,
No, I
just so you
didn't.
understand, guys, as punishment for you guys even leaving 1 week, I have been wearing these overalls commando. So you're with me in here. With
That
me.
stink.
I didn't say stink. I'm a clean person. And
Mhm.
we're not doing this.
So all of us going.
You
the
made it
Saints.
weird. Yes, you made it really weird.
All right. So that's all our picks. We got a lot of bye weeks this week. So there's a lot of teams you didn't hear. It's gonna make all the math weird later. But if you want to hear those picks again, hit rewind. You can write them down yourself. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of the Duel Links, and I'm seeing a lot of Joey.
I was going to tell you that's what you were doing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's a fun game, isn't it?
It is. All right.
All right. So I do have a question for you guys, just like we did a little while ago with the Baker stuff. I think the whole Russell Wilson in the Seahawks situation is fascinating because I don't think he's going to be a Seahawk next year. I think it's over. I think this marriage is soured and it's done. And quite frankly, I think the team have at every stop, at every station where they could have righted things, they've totally failed Russell Wilson.
It's like the only point that
And-
they've hit right was drafting DK Metcalf.
That's it.
And, like-
but that's also not hard to do because you look at DK and you're like, you can't miss with that guy. Just look at him.
Apparently it is hard because the Chiefs could have drafted him and didn't. I was so mad because we needed a receiver. Whatever. Regardless.
He would have been franchise changing.
God, we would have had.
Imagine
we would
having
have
him, Kelsey, Hill. It would have
We
been
would have
unstoppable.
had. Instead, we drafted McCole Hardman, who I like, but
But he's not DK.
he's not DK.
Russell
Regardless.
Wilson
Oh.
to the Packers confirmed.
No.
Well, no.
Uh,
So here was an interesting scenario someone presented, and it all has to tie back in with Baker. That's a really good Browns team.
Yeah.
I think any quarterback would like to have that team.
And the Browns, when they had the #1 pick that ended up being Myles Garrett, remember there were talks at that time that they were going to ship that to Seattle for Russell Wilson.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
the Seahawks were going to pick Josh Allen #1. Oh, excuse me. It was the Baker Mayfield one, not the Myles Garrett.
Yes, because they loved
Because they were going to
they
pick Josh
loved-
Allen.
Josh Allen. Did you hear about how much research they did into Josh Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, yeah, they probably should have. They probably should have.
I mean, yeah.
But I do think
Russ,
it's interesting to see
I think
where he goes.
Yeah, I think this injury is going to help him take a step back and realize, whoa, this team is not good. Like it's easy to like, and I'm saying this as somebody who has never played a snap in the NFL, but I imagine it would be
Speak for
easy
yourself.
to get behind your team when you're playing for them, like, and you overrate your own players because you know them. They're your friends, they're your teammates. But now that he has to not play and watch this team play from the sidelines, maybe he's going to realize a little bit, and this is just pure speculation.
But I think he already
Like-
knows that. I really genuinely think that he's already aware of how good
And
his
you know
team is.
what?
Because look at what he did earlier in the year when he went on Dan Patrick.
That's what I was going to bring
He
up.
had an agenda. He had an
That was
agenda.
great.
It was great. It's
Mhm.
like, and you know what? It all ties back to one fucking person. It all ties back to Tom.
Thomas
Dan
and
It's
Brady.
Snyder.
Tom showing exactly how much success a quarterback can have while getting their way is what sparked Aaron Rodgers. It's what's sparking Russell Wilson.
And you know what?
I'm just curious.
This is a little preview of how I'm going to be whenever we're covering mainly just basketball, but I think this
Mhm.
also ties back to LeBron, because
Yeah.
they see what it's like when a star player is basically calling all the shots on a franchise, where LeBron's basically
KD.
the GM,
Well,
or
look at
KD.
with the
KD
Nets.
is KD with the Nets
he's
as well.
becoming that. I don't know.
You can
I
look
can't
at
think of other players.
you can look at basketball as
that
well
are
because
really
a couple
like that.
like Kawhi did that with Paul George.
They were stupid to listen to him.
Exactly.
But anyways,
But LeBron's
They
the
lost
main.
the other night.
LeBron's the main one when you think about that. And then the little previews there is I'm gonna be. You know how Anthony is with that guy. You know how he is with the Cowboys, where he's unabashedly just like, you know what, I'm in your face now because there's no other way I can be. That's how I am with LeBron. If you don't like
Yes,
LeBron,
and that's how
get
you
out of
should
here.
be.
But anyway,
He's great.
Russ, I just like his personality, man. I don't see him as the type to force a trade, but it looks like he's gonna do that.
It's funny because I here's the thing though, when you, I like that you brought that up, because when you say his personality, it's like nobody really knows his personality.
It's because he doesn't have one.
No. He doesn't have one in the public eye.
Hmm.
He's smart about how he does his business,
That's true.
because he is like the guy, the ultimate Jimmy Jimerson, says something without saying anything.
Mhm.
He's so good at that, except for that one time when he wanted to say something.
And you know what we never see him in?
Movies.
Commercials, which is a good segue into our main topic of the day: sports commercials. Good ones, bad ones, the local ones that you've only seen. Just before we wrap in there, any little bows that people want to put on either of you want to put on the NFL / Russell Wilson little bows before we move on?
Nope.
Why not? Why not Russell Wilson? If why not end up in Carolina or with the Saints?
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, imagine if the Saints got him.
That sounds like you're jumping off the Jameis overalls, but
Because as much as I love Jameis, the Russell Wilson overalls fit a lot better,
they do.
a lot better,
Mhm.
and they have no
But yeah.
stink. Also,
but yeah,
Dak
commercials.
Prescott, we can't lose this week, guys. We can't lose this week.
true,
It's
you're
another
off.
victory for us.
That's how the
Another
Falcons
win.
were last week. One of my friends last week said it's been a good week for for Atlanta sports because the Braves had moved on in the playoffs. Atlanta United won. There was basketball was about to start, and then they said the Falcons can't lose this week because they're on a bye.
I can't wait to get to the basketball talk at some point
Mhm.
here, because there's a question I'm dying to ask you, Kaufman. So
Okay.
anyways,
Anyway, sports commercials. Speaking of basketball, the best commercial of all time: Charles Barkley fights Godzilla.
I don't think there's anything that can be said other than that. Just if you haven't ever seen that commercial, so I think for this one, I'm gonna put several links in the description.
Yes.
So, and I think Kaufman, when you put up the video, do the same
Yes.
on YouTube, because there are some really, really, really great commercials out there. And as
Mhm.
we speak, I am watching the Charles Barkley commercial.
Yes.
It is so delightfully goofy.
Cheese.
Like,
As a man with glasses, what do you feel when you see Godzilla put the goggles on?
Kurt
Yeah.
Rambis has stepped into the chat.
oh God, Godzilla. See, I don't know whose idea it was to say at Nike to say, hey, I
Let's
I know
call
what we're gonna do.
Toho.
Yes, call Toho and get the rights to Godzilla for one commercial. And then the executive is like, Kaufman, you're the executive. Ask me who you want to put in that with it.
Okay, so we've got the clearance from Toho to use Godzilla for this Nike commercial. They've already got a set. They've already got the suit. They just want to know what athlete that you were thinking of pairing with the monster.
So we've narrowed it down to two people.
Okay.
We're thinking we're going to go to either one of these extremes. We're either going to go with, oh my God, guys, who's the really short guy again? He just totally,
Muggsy.
we're
Muggsy
either gonna go with
Bogues?
Muggsy Bogues,
Okay.
or we're going to go with Charles Barkley.
You're going with Charles Barkley. Decision has been made. We made it.
Well, but can you imagine if it had been Muggsy Bogues?
That would have been hilarious.
Godzilla?
That would have been him getting stomped on.
Power. Okay.
No, it wouldn't, because the whole thing about him is that he was like tiny, but like could do this.
I have a question. Who was in the Godzilla suit?
Shaq.
Shaq.
Patrick Ewing.
No, because Godzilla was like the same height as Charles.
Patrick Ewing. It doesn't matter. It's Patrick Ewing.
He's
He shrinks.
He just
he's
crouches.
Like, he's just like yeah.
He's just huddled.
He's a dinosaur. I mean, he's a
That's
dinosaur.
right.
what
That's
you
right.
do. Like,
Exactly.
tiny arms, little arms. Now I want
Big-
him to be on the sidelines coaching.
Tiny
Coaching the
arms.
Hoyas in
no,
full
not
Godzilla.
no, not in a Godzilla outfit. Just doing the thing, like crouched over like he's a T-Rex. Please do
It's-
that, Patrick Ewing. If you're listening,
Which we know you are.
and I know you are. I met you once. Please do that for me.
I met him
He was
twice.
Kaufman. He was a Nick at that restaurant,
Oh, that's true. That's true.
so I
Okay,
met
yeah,
him. I mean, he didn't play in that game in that
See,
series, but he was there.
anytime you mention that you met a basketball team at a restaurant, I just assume it's a Spur.
Well, I mean, that's pretty,
All right.
you're
But yeah,
not wrong.
that's that. Tiny arms itchy
It's
gizzard.
great.
It's so hard to be a lizard. But yeah, when you think about sports commercials, you think about the ridiculous ones like that. You think about the classic ones like the one Mean Joe Green handing a kid a Coke. Like we don't have
Have a
to.
Coke and a smile.
We don't have. We don't have to dwell on that one too long because everybody's talked about that one. Everybody knows it.
I mean, it's
Um,
iconic. If you don't know it,
yeah.
what are you doing?
Now
with your
you
life?
do.
So like, geez,
Yeah.
when it comes to some of the good commercials in sports history, like on the broader scale, so we're not going into local just yet. Which ones of these that we have listed off here would like comes to your mind when you think of a sports commercial?
I mean, honestly, one of my favorites was honestly the God, I can't remember the name of who the product was. It's the Yo Yow commercial when he's in New York, when he's visiting New York, he's buying one of those mini Statue of Liberties. He's like, "Can I write a check?" The cashier lady, she's pointing to a sign that says no checks, and she just goes, "Yo," and he's like, "Yow," because his name's Yao Ming. And for the next 20 seconds, it's literally just people saying "Yo, Yow." And he's like, "It's like, dude, just read the sign," but he doesn't. And the best part is then when he leaves, someone else asks, "Can I write a check?" She points to the sign and she says, "Yo." The dude at the front goes, "Gee." It's Yogi Berra. For the people that the first time I saw it though, I didn't know that was Yogi Berra. That's because I'm young and he's old and now he's dead. But like I didn't know that was him. And I'm like, "Oh, that's it." And then I looked up who Yogi Berra was. I'm like, "Oh, that's that guy. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
legend."
yogiisms, because apparently he's a philosopher.
Well, no, he just has a lot of sayings that don't mean anything.
But I know, but I was gonna say, but people seem to make him out like, oh, he's clearly a philosopher. No, he's a baseball player who just says things.
Yeah,
It's like,
but is that commercial the Yo Yow one? I hadn't seen it until Cheese told us about it, but or like brought it up
living in
before.
Texas,
And-
I've seen it, but it had been years, and it's
Mhm.
so of its time.
It is.
Like, if you ask me what year I thought that was, I'd say 2005.
That's exactly what I was just
Mhm.
thinking.
So
like,
2005.
It teeters on the edge of being a terrible commercial because it's just like, what the heck is going on in this? And then it just keeps going, and it's like, okay, I'm down with this. And-
It
and
is
then-
essentially, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that time that David Letterman hosted the Oscar. I think it was the Oscars or the Emmys, and he's doing this whole bit. He's just going back and forth, and he's going to Uma Thurman. He's going Uma, and he's going over to Oprah. He's going Oprah, and he does that for like 10 minutes or whatever, just back and forth saying their names, almost like introducing them. And that's what the commercial reminds me of, because it can immediately turn into that. And it is that. It's just a small dose of it. And it's fucking great. It works so wonderfully. Oh, yeah. If only your knees were better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, still
You
a Hall
know?
of Famer though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And-
I just remember
and one-
I just remember seeing that commercial like for the first time, like watching that, and I'm just thinking that is freaking because when he signed with the Rockets, Sports
Mhm.
Illustrated did the cover story on him. Their cover of that issue was "Yo Yow." Like literally, that's all
Yeah,
people
yeah.
kept doing is because his name was one letter off,
Mhm.
so it's all people could talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
And one thing I'll say about Yao, which has always made me respect him, is he could have gotten into the Hall of Fame the second he retired under a clause that it's like he could have gotten inducted as a ambassador to the game because of all of his
Mhm.
work in China. Because in that case, you don't have to wait 5 years in order to be in. And Yao said, "No, I'm a player. Induct me like a
As a
player."
player.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, I always
Sure.
like that. But Anthony, I think we've gone on long enough, and I know we're both bursting at the seams to mention to mention
Yep.
the best strand of commercials because they are both best and worst.
So these I don't know where to start
These by the way, these
because
commercials
there's so much
these
about
commercials
these.
are the reason I came up with this topic. Just because I
Yeah.
want to talk about these.
They're
Um,
everywhere. They're everywhere.
I'm trying to remember the exact the way the first one went because it's been so long and there's been so many
Oh, I
like,
remember.
deviations
I
of them
remember
now.
the first. I remember the first one.
Can you describe it to
I
us
was
shot
I
for
was
shot?
hoping I was hoping
It
I
was
gonna say-
literally. It was literally just there's Frank Thomas sitting in the
Oh.
gym working out, and then you just see two guys like, "Yo, that's Frank Thomas."
The Big
Hey,
Hurt.
the
Frank,
big
what's going
that's the
on?
big hurt.
It was just two guys just going over like, "Hey man, aren't you like over 50? How you still got all this? It's easy.
Was it two
I got
guys or was a
eugenics,
guy
man."
in his
Wait,
in
wait.
his,
How does he stay active? Let's all say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nugenics.
eugenics?
Or I'll say it and then you guys will realize what
I
I
was
meant.
on
and then
time.
say
I was
it.
on.
I
cue,
said it.
damn
I said it. You know what? Eugenics. There, I win.
Yes, the
the
Nugenics
point
commercials
is-
are amazing and
the
awful
point
and
is-
amazing.
It is a commercial where Frank Thomas is cucking a man by taking his woman in front of that man, and that man just takes it.
Every single commercial doesn't
And
matter if
trust
they
me,
they bring
she'll
up
like it too. Wait,
That's
But
the
Doug
phrase.
Flutie or the other. What did he say?
and she'll like it too. Wayne.
That's the one. Yep. Because I was trying to remember. Like, you don't understand. I am on YouTube right now on my screen, and I have typed in the word eugenics, and there are like 4 or 5 different commercials, and I don't know where to start.
because
But all I know is that this one right here, this Nugenics Total T Legends, is him at like a podium in a tuxedo. Is he
Seen it.
giving awards out for like bigger penises now? Is that what Eugenics does?
also we've completely blazed past the fact that it is the worst named product because
Yeah.
Oh, we
it's
don't
one
even- I
it's
don't-
one letter away.
From being very
Eugenics.
racist.
It's eugenics. It's eugenics. That's the word that he's thinking of. If you don't know what that is, I'm not.
It's
gonna
very,
explain
it's very bad.
it, but look it up.
It's the
And-
worst
and
named
I-
product.
Look it up and then tweet at Nugenics and tell them, really, guys, is that what you were?
Oh,
What were you
the-
thinking?
Well,
Here's
okay,
the one thing I don't get about
The-
the newest one when it's him and Doug Flutie at the driving range.
that's the one I was fixing to talk about.
That's the one.
wait.
Yes.
Are you talking about the one here? I want to know
With-
if we're on the same point about
with-
this.
with
When
the
he
guy
gets to
who-
line where he says, and trust me, she'll like it too. He's talking to the couple. What the hell is
Uh-huh.
that white woman doing there? Just also leaning in on this, like, lady, who the hell are you?
She realized it's the Big Hurt. It's Frank Thomas. He takes Nugenics. He's over 50. His testosterone is not as low as it should be.
And
Not as high.
when that motherfucker is about to hang dong, it is enormous because of
Yeah,
all the Nugenics.
all the
he's
Nugenics. It's down
done.
to his knees, ankles.
It's like
Swinging
I
at
was
it.
gonna say it's like he just has folded up, rolled it multiple times, and has it stuffed. So imagine sausage links, but just one.
yes, but
That's weird. Speaking of sausage and links, let's go to a bad one.
wait.
Okay,
One
this
last
is
thing on the
local.
One last
Okay,
thing on the
okay.
Nugenics.
All right, all
Can-
right, all right.
Why did they get another another actor in there that looks vaguely like another athlete?
Which one is that one?
The driving range one, the guy they talked to.
Okay.
Doesn't he vaguely
Really?
look like? I did say who he vaguely looked
What is
like.
he-
So
I don't know because I can't think of that other guy. I can only think of Frank Thomas and his giant dong.
he vaguely.
Oh
that's,
no!
that's going. In.
Oh no! Oh no! I know what he's gonna do.
I
Oh,
know.
no.
Okay, 9:07. Writing that time down. But,
I
um,
get. Oh,
But he
boy.
vaguely looks like Chris Webber. Because the first time I saw it,
Oh my
I
god!
thought the first time I saw it, I thought they got Chris Webber in on it, but I'm like, oh no, that guy's not Chris Webber. He just kind of looks like.
Okay, so
I don't know
I'm starting
why
this
I
commercial
immediately thought
now.
of Mo Vaughn.
What? Why?
Mo Vaughn. I don't
He looks
know
nothing
why.
like
I don't
Mo
know
Vaughn.
why. That name just popped in my head for no reason. Mo
Oh my
Vaughn.
god! Wait. So this Chris Webber lookalike is the one that you're saying who is like, oh my god, it's Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas because he does deliver it like that.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then there's
It's Doug
two.
Flutie
Then
and
there's two
Frank
women.
Thomas.
This is the best one of the Nugenics commercials because it makes the least sense. Because he's at the driving range, and then all of a sudden first off he vaguely looks like Chris Webber, and then behind him, once it becomes time to cuck,
God.
the two women show up instead of just one.
Yeah,
implying
the
that
white
this
woman's
dude
like,
is.
what the hell are you doing, lady?
Whoa, okay, here we are. Helps increase testosterone levels. He hits the ball. Boom, women have appeared.
She'll like it
God.
too.
God, when Frank Thomas says it, he's looking at those women. Like he's like,
Wait.
like you don't see what he's looking at, but you know that he's directly looking at.
Also, in the most, I don't know if it's the most recent one, but one of the most recent ones, when it becomes time to cuck, Frank Thomas looks directly at the camera, and it's the only commercial he's done that in. And in that instance, he has cucked the entire world. That's my
Is it the
favorite.
one? Is it the one?
And
my
she'll like
God.
it too.
Oh my God! I've gone too far. I've let it go further past Frank Thomas, and we've reached the point where now it's like people who have used it,
Mm.
and they all look like slobs.
Have
Oh
you?
my God. Oh my
Like-
God, I can't believe you didn't.
Oh my God! This
What-
guy looks like a shitty tiki barber. Oh my God! This is great.
Wait, I can't
Okay.
believe we didn't add this. Jimmy Johnson for extends.
Oh my God! You're right. How did I block that one out? Yeah. Okay, guys. Have you had?
Why do we have penis on the brain?
Kaufman, because eugenics. That's why. Kaufman, if you have it on your screen really quickly, just pull up Jimmy Johnson and eugenics. And and
Extends.
I can't because
Yeah.
it'll play over the podcast. I can't do that.
Ah, shit. Damn it. All right. But the point is, I'll make him watch it
It's
after.
fucking
The
weird.
point is that Jimmy Johnson, yes, that Jimmy Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
who you got to admit, he's got the perfect name to be talking about dicks.
That's true.
It's
but-
so weird.
Like it is okay. So onto weird things that former Cowboys have done. It's like Emmett Smith and the Just for Men commercials.
Hmm.
'Cause you
Your
know what
edge.
okay. My favorite thing about his Just for Men commercial is like you have no hair. You're
Exactly.
using just
He got
you're-
his beard.
You're just using it on your beard. It is the weirdest thing. Meanwhile, what's his name?
Keith Hernandez and Walt Clyde Frazier.
Yes, and Clyde Frazier are the other two guys. And like
Walt
Like,
just
Clyde-
has
Clyde-
zero.
Clyde Frazier has the blackest hair, like the darkest, like shiniest, fake looking. It looks fake, and I love it. And his beard too. Like the
And Walt Clyde Frazier.
those commercials are they were eugenics before eugenics. Except
Exactly.
eugenics was like
They
eugenics
walked.
was like, oh, you guys are just talking about hair. We're gonna go with dongs.
And then Jimmy
That's-
Johnson.
That's not
came
even what
in
it's
and
about.
he's
It's testosterone, but you know,
And then Jimmy Johnson came in and just like, here you go.
Jimmy Johnson came in and he's like, "Don't I already look like a porn star?" And he's like, "Here's my dong." We should add a dong counter, by the way. 'Cause I've said it a lot of times. All right.
Are there any other like
Wait.
just quickly? There's there's a few good.
We were talking
ones,
about dongs.
Okay.
So on the topic of hot dogs and wieners and such, there's the Carson Palmer commercial that I showed you guys.
That's a
Where it's
local
weird.
commercial. That John Morel's local. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh.
Well, I'd never heard of that commercial until today. By the way,
You heard
so
of the
this is-
company?
Yes, I have. But the commercial itself is just, I guess, like
Bad.
a low rent version of the Oscar Mayer hot dog mobile shows up, and
Yeah.
Carson Palmer's in it.
And a referee.
It's a van. It's just a van, and he's in a referee. It's
Mhm.
Carson Palmer, a referee. They're hanging out in a van with a bunch of hot dogs, and then they're giving them to kids.
Yeah.
Hey kid, get in the van.
That is essentially the commercial. And then I also learned that Carson Palmer can't act.
That's true. A
This is when
lot
he
of
was a
these
Bengal.
a lot of these people can't act.
That's why they're
Top of the
athletes.
top of the heap. Top of the heap is Frank Thomas.
Yes.
Okay. but-
No, we'll get to top of the heap when we get to the local section later because
oh,
I have
that's their own
I-
category.
it's true. But
yeah.
a couple ones that I wanted to point out. Marshawn Lynch is just made for TV because
Yeah,
he has
all of
made
them.
for
All of
life.
them.
Okay, we all know those Uber Eats commercials that have been going around recently, like the ones
Yeah.
with
Tonight, I'll
the-
be eating.
the one, yeah, those ones. All of them are bad except for Marshawn's.
Yeah.
Like the one with
Well,
Elton
because that
John
guy-
is the one with Elton John and Lil Nas X, no good. The one with
Yeah.
Wayne's World is good. Wayne's World is pretty good.
that's true. The one with Mark
Okay,
Hamill
I'll give you
and
that one.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, it has potential, but they screw it up.
It
Um,
only gets a pass for me because of those two.
Exactly.
But the commercial itself is not good.
But the unequivocally best one is the Marshawn
Simone
Lynch
Biles
one.
and that dude from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
I've never
You know,
seen that one.
There's two of them.
But yeah, but
I've
the
never seen that one.
unequivocally best one
Those.
is the Marshawn Lynch one, the most recent one, where he's like, "Tonight I'll be eating." Wait a minute, why am I telling you my food? That's between me and my
Don't-
belly.
It's like don't take pictures of my food, and I'm
That
like,
was great.
yes.
That
Ah.
literally feels like he said, "Hey Marshawn, here's your script," and he read it, and then they said action, and he's like,
Why would I tell-
"Tonight I'm gonna be eating," and then he just stops. He's like, "Nah, fuck this. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not telling you what I'm eating." And then it's like, that is so much better than what we wrote.
hmm
Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing, though. Marshawn has what I call the Charles Barkley gene, where it's just
that's
like
a good
they're
shout.
so good at their commercials. Like when you give them,
They just
material,
have
they're so good at it.
they have that malleable personality that makes them
They have-
good in any situation.
They have charisma, as they say.
Like
an
Charles Barkley.
abundance of it.
Charles Barkley once got pulled over for like I forget what I don't remember if it was speeding really bad or DUI or something like that, and he got
Oh, I
out
thought
of
we were
it.
talking about the
He
other
got
thing.
he got out of it because
I
he's
got-
like, I was on the way to meet a girl. You've never had a girl like her before, and they didn't give him a ticket.
um,
But yeah,
Speaking of him, real quick, do you remember Kaufman? You might have been very little at the time, at least. I
Probably.
don't know, maybe. But when he used to do his T-Mobile commercials, "Are you in my five?
your top five.
Please." Yes, his top five, and it's like, God, I love those. And I think he was in a few of them with D Wade,
hmm
where he's like, he's in bed, like in his Charles Barkley
He's trying
pajamas.
to get him in his top 5.
Yes, he's trying to get him in his
Those
top
are
5. And for
great.
some reason, it's so charming because like the idea is like Charles is in bed in his pajamas calling D Wade who's in the middle of like a press conference. And he's just like trying to get him in his 5. And I'm like, and D Wade just wants nothing to do with it.
Oh
He's
my
like,
god.
I want like,
Yes,
yeah,
cheese?
it's great. It's great.
Yes.
Fucking Capital One, Jim Nance, Charles Barkley, Spike Lee, Sam Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome of commercials ever. Oh my
That's a yes.
when they when they introduced Jim Nance into it, when he went in there and he was literally introducing himself
Oh.
like, "Hey Jim, you got anything to eat? I'll be right back with some game time snacks right after this."
Oh, God, that's such a good.
Oh
when
my
they're all in the
God,
car
those
together,
are-
and it's
Every time March Madness comes around, I look forward to those commercials.
speaking of Spike Lee. Did you see his suit?
Yes, loved it.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Because at first I'm like, what the hell is that?
Mhm.
And then
I'm
you
like,
zoom in.
Oh, it's the logo. I'm like, okay, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of suits, did you see the bananas that Lamelo was wearing?
Yes.
Yes.
I did.
I admittedly,
I thought
I
it
would
looked
never
good.
wear that because I couldn't pull it off, but I loved it.
He
I loved
looked good.
every bit of it.
But
It
yeah,
looked great.
But no,
Um,
those capital in the Annapolis. Indianapolis.
God.
Indianapolis, Chuck.
I love it. I
And
love
then
it.
when they're singing Escape by Jimmy Buffett,
Mhm.
if you like pina colada.
Can we
Before,
clip that?
yeah, of course. Before we move on to the worst ones, I want
Oh,
to
those are good.
I just want to give a quick shout to some of these other ones that we have written down. We got the legendary Be Like Mike.
I
We've
was
got-
going to talk about that one very specifically because on this list, there's only one commercial on this list that has ever made me cry. Because I get super sentimental about that commercial. Because that commercial's like prime baby Anthony.
Mhm.
And like if there's one thing, it's like, yeah,
wanna be
I was
like
I was a little kid when Mike was playing, but regardless of that,
You remember?
you knew who Mike was. And he was
Mhm.
also in Space Jam with Larry
That's
Bird
true.
at the time. So those Be Like Mike commercials God, Kaufman, you couldn't see it because you obviously were not sitting in the same room as I. When we were watching the the Jordan doc,
And that came
Last
on.
Dance.
and that came on, I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna cry, so that he can hear
Then
me
you
cry.
had Charles Barkley singing it to mics.
Yes, yes.
that
Oh
doc.
my God, I'm gonna go watch that later when I need a
Mhm.
good cry. I'm gonna do that. soon,
Charles also had
guys, so
another
I'm gonna
good.
video it.
Charles also had another good commercial. The "I'm not a role model," more of a PSA than anything, but that was on here.
That's my favorite
Hey.
thing he's ever said, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Another
like-
basketball one. Won a Sprite
Ernie, I like
cranberry.
Ernie, I like hookers. I'm not a role model. That's not me just theorizing. That was the incident I thought you were talking about earlier. Anyways,
The one a Sprite cranberry, which has turned into a meme.
you really love those.
I do.
because
They're
you tweet about those
they're great.
multiple times. a
terrible,
year.
but I love them.
Cranberry.
Well, it's so bad, but I love it. There's the State Farm ones with Chris Paul. I specifically mentioned the one where Chris Paul
Yes.
disappears because I
Yes.
figured Anthony would like that one
That's
the
a
most.
great one.
Because there's no more
Bring it
Chris
into
Paul.
reality.
In kayfabe,
Reality,
there's no
make
more
it
Chris
happen.
Paul.
Where's Thanos
Um,
when you need him?
There's the Shaq Papa John's ones with the multitude of them. My favorite, the one where he walks into a Papa John's with a wig and a fake mustache and tries to pretend
Wait,
like he's
I
not
have a
Shaq.
question.
Yeah, I knew it was you,
Are,
Shaq.
are there are there other are there any other Shaq commercials that we think
Oh my
should
God.
get mentioned?
How about the general?
Oh my God.
The
That
general,
goes on to like so bad it's good.
the general, the
Ooh.
only good general one is the one where they bring in Ernie Johnson.
That's
Yeah.
a good one because that's weird. How'd you get Ernie? But speaking of Shaq and commercials, the Gold Bond shimmy. I mean, come on.
That's it.
I mean, come on. The Gold
shout.
Bond shimmy. Come on,
Mhm.
guys. That is
th-
like one of my favorite
Mhm.
memes to use.
Oh, is he hot?
and then there's the discount double check
Oh,
just to
God.
appease
It's the icy
Pat,
hot. There you go.
just to discount
Hey,
double
no,
check.
I put that one.
I
That's
know,
for
but
me.
we put
Rogers.
Hey Rogers.
That one.
That's
Uh,
right. I'm Drake from State Farm.
Then there's
oh,
the myriad of ESPN commercials like
This is
Yeah.
Sports
classic
Center,
ones.
baby.
This is Sports
Well,
Center, the ones
the,
with like
the best one.
LT and the one
The
where
best one is the one where Stone Cold
Cold.
came in with the chair.
and hits
Who
Dan.
did was it Dan?
Dan
It was
Patrick.
Dan.
That was
Yeah,
Dan
he hit
Patrick.
Dan.
He's like,
Yes.
hey man, yeah,
Can you-
man, can you
can
help
you
me
give me
with,
another
help
one?
wake me up? Yeah, I got you.
You did see that time where he came on and he explained the art of hitting someone with a chair using Polly as the
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
One we forgot. Well, technically two. The game of horse for the McDonald's lunch.
I don't
Larry
remember
Bird
this.
and Michael Jordan.
Oh my God.
And then all those years later, when they did it again with Dwight Howard and LeBron James, and Larry
I
Bird
know.
sitting there and he eats the lunch. He's like, "Hey, great game, fellas." And they're like, "Who was that?" I don't know, but he ate my lunch.
Another good basketball one, the Christmas one where they have all those shooters shooting jingle bells
Yeah.
into the
Yes.
that one's a good one.
I like so I like any commercial, any sports commercial where they're able to gather up a whole bunch of the of athletes
Mhm.
into them, like this will segue into that one NFL 100 commercial
yeah.
where everyone is destroying everything.
Yes, that's a good one
Yeah.
that we wrote down here.
I
Specifically for
always-
Marshawn Lynch eating the cake with his hands, which was not planned. Apparently, that was not planned. That he just started
Well, see-
doing that, and they're like,
Of
"All right,
course not.
roll."
It's Marshawn Lynch. You
It's
just
like,
let him.
of course,
You just
he's
roll
like
camera and let him be him.
he just wanted to know if there was Skittles in it.
Mhm. Then
But
we
my
got
favorite thing
Boss.
about that is that and I wish it happened that Terry Bradshaw did take the hit. I was really hoping that he would. God, I wish he would have.
that
this
would have been a
old
fun
man
one. He
Bradshaw
wanted
just
to.
like,
You know
I-
he
oh, I-
wanted to.
I believe it. Like Terry and his win Terry's money. Anyways,
That's another good one. Right guard Terrell Owens, Javon Curse. I have no idea what this is.
Oh,
Oh,
this
right
was-
guard, right guard. The
I was
product,
like, "What are you
not
talking
the
about,
position,
Compton?"
not the
No,
position.
this one came. This one when we talk about I don't know why, but this was the first sports athlete commercial I thought of when we talked about this, and I don't know why, but it's literally just it's Terrell Owens, it's Javon Curson, it's a bunch of other big dudes. I don't know if they were in the NFL or not, and it's a bunch of just like regular looking guys playing Red Rover, and every time like the athlete tries to go over, they don't break the chain, they get knocked out, and like Terrell Owens like almost gets hurt and stuff. It's like it's like because it's talking about like the right guard like.
Yeah.
When they had like
the strip,
make a big
that
deal
the
about it,
right guard
that's
strip.
helped deodorant.
It's
I
the
thought-
deodorant crap.
I thought they put those two at right guard, like at the position. That's what I.
Right.
That's how I read that.
And now starting at right guard, Terrell Owens and Javon Curse.
And then the last shout we got here is Randy Johnson, Capital One Cheese. We want to give us a quick.
I don't know if it was
Yeah.
Capital One or not. And I just this is a really old one. It's just I don't remember what it was for. It might have been Capital One, but it's just like where Randy Johnson went there when he was back with the Diamondbacks. There were just these three fans everywhere he went, just always cheering Randy. I just thought that was funny.
I've
Just
never
like everywhere
seen
he
that
went,
one.
everything he did.
Huh.
I've never seen it.
It was I was old. It might not have even been Capital One. I just remember he looked into the camera. And he said something. I don't know. It was like back in like 2001 or something like that.
I
Like
do
he
love your
there.
description because it has so many I don't knows in it.
But he liked
It was the first thing I thought of.
But he liked it. All right, a little bit of a transition here. So going into the speaking of bad, the bad when it comes to commercials.
Are we going to talk about Baker's commercials? Because
I like those.
personally,
I think they're fun.
wait. I just don't like Baker Mayfield. Okay, that's my thing.
out of all the athlete commercials, Baker's aren't that bad. Which ones are bad are, like we mentioned before, that Carson Palmer one, but it kind of wraps around into being good. The one
Well, it's
certifiably,
so bad, it's good.
the one certifiably terrible.
Time out.
Hmm.
We totally forgot to talk about Peyton Manning commercials.
Because
You
they're
didn't
not
write
good.
them down.
They are they on our list? They're not worthy. They're not worthy if they're not on
That's
our
a
list.
list of its own. That's a list of its own.
The ones he does,
Look, if we're talking Peyton Manning on SNL, then yes, but that's not a commercial.
or him hosting the ESPYS, but the nationwide commercial. Who cares? Who cares? Him and Brad
He did have a-
Paisley.
he
Manning,
did
I
have a
love all
song
of your
with them.
commercials, just so you know.
Oh my God. I hate Brad Paisley, so I don't like those Peyton Manning commercials. Those are the ones I don't. Well, okay, I like Peyton in them. I don't like Brad Paisley.
I do kind of like the one
I
where
just
he's
don't like
like,
his
where he's
don't
like,
his music.
he's like
That's all.
52 set green, or what is it?
Chicken
52
party
wide
tastes
green
so
set hut.
good.
That one, or whatever it is.
That's a
But
good
yeah,
one.
the bad commercials. The one that inspired me to talk about bad commercials. I'll be honest. More than the Nugenics spawning this talk, this commercial right here spawned this talk because I just want to rant at how much I hate this commercial. I've seen it so many damn times over the past like 2 years. It's hand cooked tire. I'm never gonna buy from you because your commercial sucks. Like
Also, you can't spell cook right.
exactly. Clayton Kershaw, the one where he's like, "Oh,
What's he gonna
I've
hit?
seen it a million times, so I can quote it verbatim." What's he gonna go for here? Fastball? No, and I'm delivering this more lively than Kershaw does. No, slider? Oh, I know. Curveball. Hand cooked tire. Never halfway. And I hate it. So it's got like, and I know what you're thinking. Just mute it. I do, but I've heard it so many times. It's seared in my brain. I can hear it anyway, even though it's muted.
You
I-
can't change the channel.
It plays as soon as I see the opening frame. I'm like, dang it, here we go again. Never
And
halfway.
you let it happen. Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that
Also, we I get it because I watched it right before, and it's boring. It's really boring. Like it's the total flip opposite side of the coin of the Marshawn Lynch stuff, where it's like
Yeah.
his is so entertaining just from him doing anything. Meanwhile, I'm over here just it reminded me of the Matthew McConaughey commercials that he was doing with the cars with the Lincolns, where it's
Yeah,
like, what
where he's like,
this doesn't.
I'm in my
sense.
Lincoln.
The only difference is that Matthew McConaughey is really charming and charismatic,
Mhm.
and Clayton Kershaw is like a stump.
Exactly. And it's like, you know how when you
No offense, Clayton, if you're listening, and you are.
I'm sure you have other commercials where you're good in, and this is Hancook's direction. But what was I gonna say? I'm completely lost what I was gonna
You
say.
hate hand-cooked tires and will never
I
purchase
do.
them.
Okay, I remember. You know how when you stream something on, like, let's say it's TBS, TNT, Fox, they don't use regular television commercials. They use a
they
set
don't.
of like 10 commercials that they have for the stream. Well,
Mhm.
that hand cooked tire one is like in every single streaming service, and it's one of 10. So it constantly plays no matter where you go. It's on YouTube as well, I'm pretty sure.
It's the same as this. Oh, it's the same as this one commercial. I was just trying to watch a show, and I'm not geriatric. I'm not old. I mean, I'm old, whatever. But my God, I understand that medicine is expensive. But oh my God,
You're
it has
about to-
been hammered into my head by this one stupid commercial over and over and over. If you use this thing, you won't have to pay for your medicine as much.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
tired of hearing about
I
that.
thought you
I'm
were
gonna
talking
give
about the
them all
pharma
my money.
commercial that's saying say no to Congress choosing your medicine for you. I'm like, pharma, you already do this and you jack up the prices. Like
Yeah,
they'll
I've
try
seen that
to
one.
come to me with this shit. But you made
It's
pharma
ridiculous,
made me
these
swear. I haven't sworn in 7
Oh.
weeks on this podcast, but pharma made me do it.
I'm disappointed that he hasn't. But I'm gonna get him.
Damn it, pharma.
I've gotten him to do a lot worse in life. so
Screw
I'm gonna
Big
do
Pharma.
well here.
But anyway, Cheeseman, back to sports.
Yeah. Real
d-
quick, there is one more
d-
commercial that we didn't talk about at all. And they're recent. They just fascinate me because this is the guy who I don't. Bill Belichick is not the kind of person I would assume to do commercials, but he's doing those Subway ones.
and they're good.
Those are great.
They're
Those
are great.
hilarious. They're hilarious.
You would think
Why-
you would think we would be talking about this now in the worst section, where because dry
because they're-
personality, it's Subway.
They
They
were
have cake for
perfect.
bread. They have sponge for bread.
Speaking of which, Subway, they clearly needed to fix their image after things. People did things. The other one that I've been seeing a lot more of now is the one with Steph Curry.
Subway's had a really good run of ads lately.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to get it over quick, and their new
Yeah.
hit fresh refresh or whatever it is, where
Yeah.
they're cutting off stars like Charles
Yes.
Barkley. Back to Charles Barkley. Is
It
cut
all
like-
comes back to Charles Barkley.
Yeah,
one
we
way
don't-
or
It really
another.
does. It
we don't
really
even
does.
we don't even have time for this guy. But I'm Tom. Nope, no time. Even though
Nope.
Tom Brady is standing
So,
right there.
but it is interesting though to see someone like Bill Belichick
He just
really
stands
knock
there.
it out of
He
the
just
park.
stands there with his Bill
Just by
Belichick
doing
face.
him.
It's like, you're
Yeah.
right, coach. What I shouldn't be doing this. You're right. I should be going to Subway. Anything else, coach? And then he cuts off his sleeves. Now
There
you're
you
ready
go.
for work.
And so now I'm kind of curious, but what NFL players right now currently have commercials out? Because I think it's very telling who does and who doesn't.
Tom Brady.
Tom does. Pat
Dak
does.
Dak has a
Mahomes.
few.
Pat does.
Pat is essentially partners with Aaron.
Yeah, and
They're
he has the
tag
ones
team.
with Palomalu that are terrible.
Yeah,
That we can
oh,
talk
yeah.
about those right now.
Never not
We
working.
didn't, speaking of Palomalu, we didn't even talk about his Head and Shoulders commercials.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Because Pat's in the Head and Shoulders one too. The ones,
Oh yeah,
the ones where
yeah.
the ones where Pat is being overly aggressive and sane are not good at all. The ones where Troy is or Palomalu is, they're fantastic because
Because it's so
he
against
has the
type.
crazy eyes.
Also, the best one, I think one of my favorite ones is where he just has all the freaking hair.
Hmm
Yes.
He does, but like he has even more in the commercial.
He's the Polynesian
I
cousin.
love it. I love it. Like I'm glad that we're that I guess
we got around to
followed
those.
bread. Well, we followed some breadcrumbs that are just leading us to all these other ones that because I didn't know. I totally have not seen the Charles Barkley Subway commercial.
No, he's just the
He's the
voiceover.
voiceover.
He's
Oh,
there's a couple where he's in, but he's the voiceover for all of the new Subway ones.
maybe I didn't notice because every time I see the Steph Curry one,
Have you-
it's just in the background.
Have you also not noticed that John Cena has been the Chevy voiceover? Or no, I don't remember if it's Chevy.
Oh wait,
but there's
he's an
one of-
elephant.
Yes.
Also, you know that, right?
No, one of the car companies has been using Cena as their voiceover for the past like few commercials, and Cena's not in it at all. To the point where I've like
Honda. It's Honda.
Honda, that's what it is.
Okay.
To the point where
I've not
I've
seen
pointed
those.
that out to people, and they're like, "That's not John Cena." I'm like, listen to it. and they're like,
It
"Oh my
is.
By the
god,
way,
that's John Cena."
By the way, these are so these do count because this is sports.
Yes.
So
and
we
it-
also have to talk about those weird cricket commercials where Charlotte is with
oh,
that
God.
weird green thing. I don't know what the cricket thing is. It's not a cricket.
It's
It's just like a green circle with arms and legs.
like a Philly fanatic.
but scarier because it's like it's like they
Mhm.
all. It reminds me of Mike Wazowski.
It does.
That's what it reminds me of. But there's those. There's clearly the John Cena and the pistachio ones.
Mhm. There's John
he's an
Cena.
elephant.
Yeah, what's the thing? What's
There
the?
is
Experian?
another one.
What's the-
Experian Boost.
There's purple.
Yeah, there's
something
that.
purple. He's like riding he's riding an
Experian
animal.
Boost.
It's that one.
Experian.
Okay.
The new one has him on the cow jumping out of a plane.
It's a
So,
purple cow.
real
That's
quick,
what it is. Yes.
By the way, Terry Crews at one point played sports, football.
Yeah, he did.
So his Old Spice commercials count.
That's true. And he
So
was
did-
in-
so
did
he's
that
great.
guy. So that guy, wasn't that one guy like an Olympian or something like that? I'm on a
Was
horse.
Was he?
Oh, what was
Because if
he?
he was,
That
what-
counts.
'cause if
They're-
he
they're
was,
top tier.
That counts.
He
That
was
counts.
so. I swear he was some kind of athlete.
You know what's
Um,
funny, and I don't think they count for this topic. Well, they do, but they don't because I want to save them for another time. But they're kind of like we haven't included a ton of Super Bowl commercials that have athletes in them. There's a few,
Yeah, handful.
right?
Especially
I
like
think-
retired
and
athletes.
I was
American
like-
actor and former. I'm sorry, not an Olympian. Former American football wide receiver
Oh.
Isaiah Amir Mustafa.
Oh,
That's a good name. That's a good name.
I don't know why I thought Olympics.
Yeah,
don't
close enough. He's an athlete.
All world athlete. There any other?
Speaking of Olympics, have we had any Olympians that have had commercials that you can think of?
Michael
other than, like,
Phelps has
Michael
had a
Phelps?
couple, but he was a Subway guy, wasn't
Remember when they were trying to make Ryan Lochte a thing, and he was in commercials, and he's stupid.
he? Mhm.
Simone
Right, Tom?
Biles.
He just that's
Simone
just like
Biles.
a
Simone
fact.
Biles is in
Simone
a
Biles
few.
has been in a bunch.
Biles,
She was
yeah.
in like the Uber Eats one with the dude whose name I still can't remember from Queer Eye for a Straight Guy when they were both doing
He
gymnastics.
brought this up earlier. He did
Mhm.
bring this up earlier. You're right.
And she's done. What's the one like? She's like basically like, she's like a high up exec now with it. Athleta, I think, something
I
like
haven't
that.
seen that.
No.
Oh, she's done a couple of those. And she's like, but she's like not just like starting the commercials. Like she's like,
So-
I think she's like on the board or something like that. I don't know what it is or something. Or she
Other than Frank Thomas and Randy Johnson, have we included a lot of other and Kershaw, I guess, too, but he's on the bad side. Have we included other baseball players in commercials?
Hi, I'm Mike Moustakis, the new
Well,
guy.
You're forgetting the baseball player that's in the Nugenics commercials, who I forget
Oh.
his name. I know it's got Van in it
No,
somewhere.
you're right.
Is it
shit,
Keith?
It's not. Is it?
Is it Keith
No.
Van something? No, or is that a basketball
I
player?
almost said Keith Van Horn, but that's a
That's
basketball, player.
Is it Andy?
Uh,
It's Andy. It's Andy Van. What is it?
Well, I have technology. What am I doing?
I'm looking
Andy
this-
Van what? Andy
Van Slyke.
I see it now.
That's what it is.
Never heard of him.
And it's funny because like one of the first images that pops up is all-star outfielder Andy Van Dyke teams up with Nugenics
Slyke.
to defeat Lowe. Slike, there you go. What did I say? Oh
Dyke.
no. Did I say oh,
I mean, well, Dick Van
okay.
Dyke is a person. That's where you got that one from.
That's a good point. It's not because of but whatever. So yeah, it says Andy Van Slyke teams up with Nugenics to defeat low vitality. In other words, he wanted a bigger penis. Well, because I was looking at this list and I'm like, the majority of them are
Or
basketball and football.
Because the
And-
NBA is
and-
good at
and
marketing
football.
their stars.
But also there that's the place where you see these faces. Like you see them at all times.
I just remembered a LeBron commercial that's really good. And
Which
at this point, the best, worst, whatever, throw them out there. We'll get
Yeah,
to
that's
local
what
in
I-
a second.
Oh.
The LeBron commercial where LeBron plays everybody in the commercial by the swimming pool, and
I remember this commercial.
plays that song that's become a meme where when he dives in. Oh, the oh Lord, you know that one, the one where
that is a commercial that I have not thought about in quite a while.
yeah, It's been a while since it's been on, but I just remembered that one. Are there any other?
Oh
Are there
my
any other
God.
bad ones? That
I
we got
got it. I
There-
hope to
there-
God that we one day find a Shohei Otani commercial because there's gotta be one. That
Coppin,
dude
so
that dude's built for TV. Also,
when he'll have his. It's
he's gotta
inevitable.
have at least
Uh,
20 in Japan.
He's at least gonna get it a good Subway commercial out of it.
J-
That LeBron
J-
James commercial when you
sorry.
go on
There's
YouTube.
there's a bug.
So when you look up the LeBron James commercial on YouTube, you know how many years ago it was put up?
I'm gonna say like 2009. So 12
It was
years.
14 years ago.
2007.
Yes, and LeBron James looks like a baby.
He does, because he's only 3 years in the league at that point.
I don't
Oh
remember
wait,
this, I don't remember this one where he's wearing a judge's wig.
Hmm?
I'm seeing a thing here. It's like
I don't know.
it's just LeBron James commercials.
what about
Um,
the State Farm one when they were doing like a whole family thing? Well, who was it? Chris Paul, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love,
yeah,
Damian
Well,
Lillard,
they're all
and
living in the
DeAndre
same
Jordan.
house. Remember?
Yeah.
They're all
You're like,
living
my rings
together
are gone.
in
You
the
ain't
same
got no
house.
rings. And Kevin Garnett holds up. Yeah, but I got my rings.
Yeah,
Mm.
you don't remember this commercial, Kaufman?
I do now.
They had like 4 of them. And
Oh,
it helped
God.
launch
It
Damian
always
Lillard.
made
My
me-
God.
It always made me think of the Heisman House commercials.
You know what the
with-
second
from
thing that
college
pops up
football.
here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the second thing that pops up on these LeBron James commercials. The second things that pops up on the LeBron James commercials. It's a goddamn Sprite cranberry commercial. Where,
Let's go.
where
What
he's
is Sprite cranberry?
where he's claymation. Yes.
The answer
Oh.
is clear.
But yeah,
God, that
okay.
is the-
The last one that we have, the last couple that we have here in the worst section, the one where a fan asked Steven Jackson for a jersey. Remember former Ram running back Steven Jackson? There's
Falcons
one
running back. You mean?
Falcons running back as well. There's a terrible commercial where some dude couldn't get I forget exactly, but at one point he looks over at Steven Jackson and goes, "Can I get a jersey?" And he's like, "No." And that I don't even remember what the commercial was about. So bad commercial. Somebody wrote "Just for Men." Oh,
we talked about
we talked about that one, and then
We talked about those.
just with 4 periods after OJ.
Everything with him.
I mean, well, everyone remembers the Hertz commercials. Like that was a big thing because it was the first time that white America literally and lovingly opened their arms and said, "You come here, you nuzzle your face on our bosoms because we love you, OJ." And it's so weird because those commercials played such a big part in creating that image of OJ, you know, the juice, the all-American guy, and then murder. So, you know, that's that.
It's
But
true.
also, do you remember the LeBron James, Kobe Bryant puppet commercials?
Yes.
I totally forgot about
Yes,
those.
were
I just
great.
MVPs.
Yeah, one last one before we go into local
No, no,
commercials.
You can keep going.
One last one before we get into local commercials.
Okay.
I just remembered the Kanye West, Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
how many
man. Oh,
what is it
man.
like? How can I be better? It's like how many more records can my records break? More records. But I'm the
That is
best.
the most. That's
But are
the
you
most,
are you the same beast and a different animal? The bleep do you mean, Kobe Bryant?
It really, those commercials capture so wonderfully that weirdness, that thing about Kanye West that I like, which is where it's like, oh, he's totally off his rocker.
And it also
But I like that.
It also captures perfectly the Mamba mentality of
Yes.
and how off his rocker Kobe was, especially when he was playing. When it
And he's
came to
clearly off
wanting
his rocker.
success.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That's like the idea to pair those two up is pretty great.
Mhm.
I think that's something that I think we're gonna a topic we're definitely gonna have to do later, which is just
Like
sports and
Athletes
and
pop
music.
culture pairings or something like that.
yeah, because especially with basketball,
Yeah.
because there's so many. But
All right.
onto your local commercials.
Yes, the local
topics.
commercial. Cheeseman, please tell me which sea level Bengals player teamed up with Skyline Chili to try to get us to eat a soupy chili.
Well, actually, it wouldn't be a Bengal. It'll be a Red because Gold Star sponsors the Bengals. Skyline sponsors the Reds.
What's
Mm.
Gold Star? Chili, right?
Shitty chili.
So is Skyline.
It's all
but
chili. So
okay.
Skyline.
No, Skyline is far and away superior.
I've tried
Skyline,
it.
give me money.
No, I've tried Skyline chili. Skyline, don't give us money because I don't want your chili.
No, I
but,
was gonna go
but-
with the one that
yeah.
plays a lot, involves one of Kaufman's former players, Mike Moustakis, for one of the Jake Sweeney. Jake Sweeney auto dealer is
Oh.
not here.
Oh,
But we signed Mike
Oh,
Moustakis.
God,
His
that's
stuff
not
was
what I heard.
it was hey, I'm Mike Moustakis, the new
I'm
guy
the
here
new
for
guy.
Jake Sweeney Automotive, and it's just like he's just standing there like saying that, and like, okay, cool.
I'm
Oh, Emily
glad.
Collinsworth.
I'm glad you brought up car dealerships because there is a slew of
Yep.
car dealerships for the Atlanta area, or excuse me, a slew of car dealership commercials. It's one dealership that gets everybody. I forget the name of it, but I remember their slogan.
Oh, I know what
Always
it's
the
called.
best deal, always. But
it's called Hot Peppers.
no, it's not. It's not that one.
You know it is.
But this dude, the owner of it is in every commercial naturally, but he's gotten Ozzy Albies, he's gotten Trey Young, he got Dominique Wilkins, and they're all terrible. My favorite ones were when he managed to bring in Chip Carey, the Braves play-by-play. It's like him and Ozzy can't act at all. His English is fine, but for some reason he forgets it in this commercial. Like Ozzy speaks perfect English, but in this it's like he just learned it or something. But Chip Carey is like actually trying to act and nobody else is. It's hilarious. And then the best one, it's my brother's favorite one. There was one where Trey Young and Dominique Wilkins I forget exactly what they're doing, but they're interacting with this dude in his car dealership. And I think he's like trying to get a picture with them. And then like they finally relent and like they take the picture and then it cuts from them taking the picture to a picture on the screen. Like it like zooms out and like the picture gets smaller and it puts it in the middle. And they're wearing different clothes in the picture than they are from the video. Like it's not even close. Like Trey Young's wearing like a light gray. I don't know if it was like a t-shirt or like a pullover, and then he's wearing a gray like thick hoodie in the picture. And Dominique Wilkins is on the other side. Like when they line up to take the picture, he's on the dude's right, but in the picture he's on the dude's left. It's just completely wrong. And my brother hates that commercial so much. And I wanted to put that in there for him because I think it's also hilarious. I've also got a picture
you guys
of it.
have been talking. I googled
It's
local
not Jimmy
car
Britt,
dealerships.
is it?
what? No, I just googled local car dealerships and athletes. What a treasure trove that I have stumbled upon. Oh my! So these are the lists of like there is a Kaufman. This is gonna tickle you in a way that you probably you're not gonna want to admit to everyone how much you like this. It's a really bad local car dealership commercial in McLaughlin. I just can't say the word. Auto Mall in Portland, Oregon.
Oh no!
What basketball players in Portland, Oregon would you have imagined to be in this commercial? You both get a guess.
Damn.
It's a pair. It's a duo.
It's okay. So can I?
Okay, not that they are like a well-known duo. So it's not Dame and like CJ McCollum. It's just two guys who were on the team together.
Is it like Gary Temple?
One of them.
And
Oh God, that
like,
would be better.
And Myers Leonard.
That's so weird. No, but it is.
I don't even
weird
know if
like
they played
that.
at the same time.
So this guy, one of the guys, is a brother.
Is it a Plumlee?
No, it's I guess a good brother.
It's
No, it's not.
Seth?
It's not Carl or the other one.
Seth Curry.
No,
No, it's Portland.
Did
Portland.
he play for Portland?
I don't think so.
no.
He's a journeyman.
But
Okay.
he didn't play with Portland.
God, who was the brother that played there?
There's only two brothers in the of the.
Is it
of
one of the
these brothers.
Lopez's? It's Robin, isn't it?
It's Robin Lopez and think of the time that he was there. Their
Luke,
star.
Luke Richard and Bahamute. Oh, no. You said he was a star. Aldridge. Is it Aldridge?
There's Aldridge. It's Aldridge and Robin Lopez.
That's a weird pair.
So this is the description here. It says why the commercial was awful. At the end of it, McLaughlin, however, whatever, directs you to their website to check out bloopers and outtakes from the commercial. And says we can't imagine how bad those were.
If this is the product.
Considering, well, there's a lot of other ones. This one, I love the reason why this one was awful. It's Bronson Arroyo. The car dealership is Champion Ford in Alexandria, Kentucky.
Yep.
And it says here, so you're allowed to just curse up a storm in commercials down in Kentucky, huh? And that's it. Which makes me want to watch that.
Cheese, have you seen that commercial?
Yeah.
What does he say?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Kaufman, your mind's gonna explode when you see the names on this one. I'm gonna tell you where
They're
it
talking
is.
to the mic. They can't hear you.
I'm so excited about the names on this commercial. This local car dealership commercial for Norman Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh no.
And so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names.
Is it all
in
Thunders?
this commercial? Yes, it is.
Steven Adams.
I'm nodding. No.
Nick Collison.
No. The best. That's one, but the names.
He's
The
Mr.
names.
Thunder.
Kaufman.
Is it Reggie? Is it Basketball's Reggie Jackson.
So you got 2.
Is it Thabo Cephalosha? No, he was gone by
3.
that point.
That's
he's,
3.
He's there.
That's 3. By the
Is
way,
it?
I hated Cephalosha with a passion.
Is it?
Of course.
God, who else was on that team?
Ugh.
Oh God, is it Andre Roberson?
No.
Dang it. I thought that was a shoe-in. Kendrick Perkins, maybe?
I was about to say this guy can't play, so yes. Kendrick Perkins.
And then one
That's
more?
4. One last one.
Oh,
I guess
God.
of this group, he's the best of the group.
Okay, so is it one of their? Is it like Russ or KD or?
No, not that good.
Okay, not that good.
I'm not sure.
Oh, Serge. It's Serge Ibaka.
Surge. It's Surge. Yeah.
I know my Thunder of
Yeah.
that era, but as soon as Russ
But
left,
what's funny is like I love it. Like, hey, this could have been worse, right? Perkins could have actually agreed to sing. Yeah. Oh,
right.
these are John L. Oh my God.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we got
again,
it. We do have. I
fascinating.
know we can go in an endless wormhole on this, but
Oh my God.
But to wrap it up, you mentioned HEB Sports in our notes here, or excuse me, HEB Spurs.
Yes.
So go ahead, go off.
So they're not bad. Like they're not
Yeah,
bad in
it's
the
just
sense
local.
of like the things that you were talking
Yeah,
about.
we're just talking about
They're
local
just-
commercials.
Yeah, they're just charming. Like it's just the guy. A lot of the times it's the guys. You know, when I say the guys, it's
The big
you know,
three.
those three and some fucking dick.
Boris Diaw.
Not anyways, whatever. Yeah, Boris Diaw. We'll say it's Boris Diaw. Actually, I think he was in one of them. So it's kind of like like a lot of the times these commercials are going to be them like in a kitchen cooking a meal using products from HEB. And it's just, again, it's just the fact that it is Tim Duncan
Shopping
in
at
a
an
commercial. Like, wait, but the best thing is they're all in their jerseys. Like they're all dressed in their jerseys. Like these are not guys who are out grocery shopping casually. No, they are in their jerseys. It's great. I love them. They're just really charming,
That's
fun
awesome.
commercials.
But it did remind me
It's
of
the
the
most
last
wholesome
one, the
thing.
last commercial we're going to talk about, and then we're moving on. We somehow missed the Geico Dikembe Mutombo blocking everything.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like that's a good one
Yes.
to close it out
Not
on.
in my
Block
house.
us into the next. I mean, it literally spawned a whole, like people started doing that again. The no, and all that. Anyway, yeah, that's a good talk, good commercials, good time, a lot of free advertisement. If you would like to advertise on our podcast, please hit us up at beardsandballspodcast@gmail.com. We would love to get
Hey.
paid.
If Aaron Rodgers is good enough for you, then so am I, State Farm.
Exactly. If you can get Drake, you can
Or
get
local
us.
car dealerships.
Local car dealer.
I will
yes.
take any local car dealership.
We're not in college,
like-
so you don't have to worry about name, image, likeness. You can pay us $50 and a can of tuna.
Speak for yourself. I want like 10,000 for
Okay.
every minute.
All right, but
So it's like $20,000.
that's true. Do we want to talk baseball now? I mean, I was
just a
gonna
little- a little-
we were
a
gonna
little
talk
recap.
baseball because like the
He doesn't
series
want to talk baseball
because the series
because he knows.
the series
He knows what's gonna happen.
I figured both series would be over by now.
So did I, but they're not. They're
They're not.
interesting.
Both of them are
surprisingly.
going, which is gonna cause an interesting situation for me where I may actually get to go to a World Series game if Atlanta advances on my birthday. So that'll be fun.
Well, that's very nice.
But
and I might get the revenge that I so sweetly want.
yeah, the Dodgers
Well, not
last
revenge,
night.
I just want to.
The Dodgers
Shout at
last
everyone.
night destroyed the Braves, making it 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
The series this year has followed exactly what happened last year, where the Braves won the first two, then the Dodgers won, then the Braves, then Dodgers, then Braves, then Dodgers. But yeah.
Well, the last thing you need is for those Dodgers like bats to come alive.
The thing is, the
Because they haven't
Dodgers,
like this series, they haven't so far.
the Dodgers pitching staff is gassed right now.
It is.
They need their
But-
starter tomorrow, or well, it will have been yesterday when this comes out. So they need them to go 7. like-
So they've legitimately like they're a great team, obviously, but they've really mismanaged that situation.
Yeah,
there.
Dave
like
Roberts is
it's
not a
a
good manager.
mess.
He's not a good
No,
manager.
that is a team that is winning because of its talent,
Yes.
not because
Um,
of the person who's doing any of that stuff.
And yeah, can you speak on the Astros series? I know you've been watching a lot more of that. I haven't really watched any of it because I've been so
More
sucked
than
in on
more
the-
than so. Here's the thing about about Boston and the Astros. The pitching's not good. Like that is a series where pitching is like one team is hitting a lot of grand slams. Let's put it that way.
a record
And
number.
you're having and you're also having these like ridiculous innings where like a 7-run bottom of the 9th inning kind of thing. Like it's a weird series. Like it's really hard to figure out, like to pin down exactly who's going to win. Also, I have to say, Boston, y'all can go fuck yourselves because oh my God, I know all sports fans are hypocrites and that's a fact. But the fact that they have all the nerve in the world to be booing the Astros.
when they did it too.
Meanwhile, forget about whether or not they did it. Meanwhile, their manager was someone who was right smack dab in the middle of it. Fine, boo that motherfucker too. I can't stand Bostonians, them and their stupid fucking accents.
Nor
God.
can I? Cheese. Do
Ugh.
you have any any input on
Astros
baseball?
Astros will make it to the World Series. I don't know if they'll win. As I said earlier, I'm picking the Braves because I'm going 100% in on that, and I want to make Coffin a little bit nervous.
You don't need to do that to make me nervous. I'm
He's
just
already nervous
sad
on
for
his
you.
own.
I'm sad for you because
No, see, here's the thing. I have no stakes in this, Kaufman.
your house
Like, I have
money.
zero stakes because if the Astros lose, so what?
You house money. Yeah.
House money. This isn't the Cowboys or the Spurs. You're
Kind
not
of how
gonna
I
see me
felt about the
crying
Chiefs when they lost.
or making a voodoo doll of Ray Allen
Yeah.
like I did wanted to.
when I lost, or when the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl to the Bucks, I'm like, man, we won last year, so like,
There's
it
no
hurts.
house- yeah,
it hurts, but at the
this
same
is-
time,
I'm
we
playing
got
with
one.
house money. I don't. You on the other
Yeah.
hand have this weight on your shoulders that is like a lot of history of World Series that should have been won.
But you know what I did today? Because I'm preempting myself for the inevitable heartbreak. I watched.
Did you write
the-
a poem about that?
No, I
ahead of
watched.
time?
I watched the highlights of the 2015 Royals World Championship. That's what I did to preempt myself to be like, it's okay, I can rest easy. So, Cheese. Speaking as somebody who has never seen their team win a championship, excluding the Packers,
At
that
all.
doesn't count. You're a Bengals fan. What do you have to say about baseball?
I don't think he likes it. Joey Votto's not
No.
No
there.
baseball.
Cool.
Just no.
No
Okay.
baseball. So
So that's baseball.
no, I have to ask you this question, Kaufman.
Yeah.
What if they do pull it off?
I Look, I don't want to think about it because
No, no. Here's the thing, though. We ask tough questions here.
look,
How are
Look, as-
what I want to know is how will you react to it?
I already know what it's like to taste victory. And look, listen, from the stance of a team that nobody has ever had any expectation for 30 years, nobody gave a hoot about the Royals. And then out of nowhere, they go to one and they win the second. And then they sucked ever since.
I understand that. Except,
That
my team
there's
doesn't suck.
no expectations whatsoever. It's an amazing feeling to be the team that nobody expects to win and then win. Same with the Chiefs. They for years constant they get to the playoffs but they're never good enough to make it any further. And then they get the dude in Mahomes, and then all of a sudden you're just watching greatness. You're watching all that type. So I've got those two aspects of watching a championship team.
Okay.
Then comes Atlanta, where Atlanta
You don't need to say anything more than 28-3.
28-3,
or whatever it is.
3-1 last year. Like,
Yeah.
The Braves
Well, to
going
be
to
fair-
however
to be
many in the
fair-
90s and only winning one.
To be fair, though, last year that was 100% on neutral ground. Like absolutely 1000%
Yeah.
on neutral ground.
It was also on
The Dodgers
Marcell
are a
Ozuna
great
for
team.
the second we lost it was in game 5 or 6. I forget what it was when Marcell
Yeah.
Ozuna didn't tag up. Regardless, he beats women,
But
chokes them
They
actually
also have. They
Sorry, I
also
don't wanna get
look,
that
they
wrong.
also-
He chokes them.
Oh, he does. Yes, he does.
in public in
but-
front of the
but-
police.
To be fair, on not for him, for the Braves this year, they did make a lot of moves.
They did,
to-
and the
to-
moves
to-
they've
to-
made
to-
have paid off. And
They
it's made me look like a fool because I wanted the Braves to basically give up on this season. And I'm
Yes,
gonna
you
eat
did.
I'm gonna eat crow about that. Like I was
No,
I was wrong.
This is a case where a case where the crow is going to be very delicious if,
Yeah,
if you get to
but
eat it.
That being said, if the Braves, if an Atlanta team wins the championship, and I know Atlanta United won 4 years ago, but it's different because they were new. They don't have the history of the Falcons, of the
don't-
Braves, of the Hawks.
they-
Well, the
they
Hawks
don't
don't. Really,
have-
the Hawks are kind of. The Hawks have never really been. We won 60
know what, they
games one
haven't.
year,
Hey,
but
with Kyle Korver leading the charge.
and then we all got
that's
hurt.
what I was going to
but-
ask you.
But
Forget the
if
damn.
if the Braves win
You're fine.
the World Series,
Uh-huh.
the level of elation that I would feel, because one thing that I love about when one of my teams wins championships is I think of the people that I know that it's going to make happy. Like when it came to the Royals and the Chiefs, I'm
Ooh,
like, oh my God,
yes.
my dad, those are his teams. Like he's watched them for
I'm
now
glad-
60 years. Happy birthday,
I'm
Dad.
glad
We're-
you bring that up.
Happy birthday, Dad. We're recording this on your birthday. Now
Happy
60
birthday, Big
years
Kaufman.
he's watched it, and he's watched a lot of failure.
Hey, Cheeseman, say happy birthday to Big Kaufman.
Happy birthday, Mr. Big Kaufman, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, there
And
you
then
go.
when it comes to the Braves, they've had expectation after expectation after expectation and failure. They won one, failure. But yeah,
No, I'm glad you brought up that because that is exactly why I rail
yeah.
extremely hard against
Mhm.
all of you people.
and
And
then,
your
and then
Astro
quickly,
hate.
I was
Because
saying
that
like,
was my dad's dream
Yeah,
to see
when it-
the Astros win, and they
it-
did. And now you all want to just shit on that.
mhm.
I hate you people.
And when it comes to the Braves, I grew up here in Georgia. Do you know how
Mm.
many more people that I know are Braves fans than Royals and
Yes.
Chiefs fans, and how happy I'll be for them? Like, that's why I don't want to think about it, because when you think about it and then it doesn't happen, because it's not going to happen, it never will. It's an Atlanta sports team where just don't even think about it. It's not going to work. Championships aren't your thing, Atlanta. Just enjoy that Atlanta United got one. Like,
Hey,
look,
hey, don't forget. This is a weird year. This has been a weird, like, Atlanta voted blue. Georgia went blue this last year.
I
so
forgot we
anything's
went
possible.
blue. The curse is over. We're gonna
Anything
win it
can
all.
I mean, anything. No, the fact that happened tells you that anything
right.
is possible.
It is a different Georgia. It's a
Yes.
different Georgia. But that's baseball. Moving on. Basketball started. Speaking of Atlanta, the Hawks absolutely obliterated the Mavericks, which I know you're happy about, Anthony.
I am.
As a Spurs fan. Cheese. in the world of basketball, sunken
I
cheese
also like
there,
Trey.
sitting in your chair there. What observations do you have on round ball?
You shoot the ball and it's supposed to go through that circular thing and through like the net and supposed to go whoosh. How am I doing?
It's not wish, it's swish.
Whoosh.
Ah,
Did you watch any
whoosh.
basketball?
yeah, I watched a little bit. What I think the Warriors are finally starting to look good again.
Yeah.
They have
Um,
Clay
Clay's I
coming
didn't
back.
think
He's
So-
on his way back.
So but that's the more impressive thing. They look good already. Like, okay, we're not gonna overreact because there's 82 games.
Yeah,
but
we're 2 games in.
but they look
okay, 2
good.
games in. But it is nice to see them looking good.
Good again.
Mhm. And Russ will get better with the Warriors. I mean the
Russ-
Lakers.
I think I know what they need to do with Russ, and it's pretty simple. You saw how he was trying to play in that
Mhm.
game. Where he's trying to like distribute a lot more. Like he was trying to be a point guard. He's that's not what he does.
He doesn't do that.
What they need to do with him is, so Rondo's on this team. You have Rondo play point for for your first squad, and you have Russ lead your second squad with Dwight and Carmelo, and let Russ do what Russ does.
Take
That's
over.
how they should be using. Yeah,
Basically have 2 teams, like 2 full starting
Yeah,
Like
rosters.
the
that is
UK,
exactly
like the UK
what it
platoon
is.
system.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that is because that is like, to me, the secret to how much potential that old Lakers team has, because it's easy to make fun of them for being old.
But
But-
they're still like some of the best players in the league.
I was about to
today,
say that,
so-
but they're not just like old dudes who can't play anymore. Like they're really smart, crafty veterans. I really, I don't want the Lakers to win anything, but I also really want to see Carmelo get a ring.
I
Oh,
do too.
No, I'm
I'd be
like
so okay with that.
So no, I hate LA sports.
see.
Oh, you know what? As long as not the
I know.
Clippers, I'm fine.
I agree. I agree with you. I don't like LA sports too, but LeBron trumps
But-
that for me.
Yeah, no,
And so does
I
Melo.
guess.
Melo dude. This I just thought about this.
I
This
love
is my
Melo.
team. The Lakers are my team outside of the Hawks.
Mhm.
Because they have 3 of my favorite.
All your favorite players. Yeah,
They have LeBron,
Yep.
who's number 3 on that list, by the way. They have
Mm-hmm.
Melo, and then they have the greatest point guard of all time, Russell Westbrook. Yes, I said it. Get mad at me about it. I'm not going to back down. Russell Westbrook is the best point guard of all time. And if you get mad, it's your fault. Anyway,
Just not the Nets. Just anyone but the Nets.
yeah, anyone but the Nets.
I don't even hate the Nets. I just don't
I
like
do.
Kyrie Irving. I just don't like Kyrie Irving. That is literally the only thing I don't like about the Nets.
True.
I don't like James Harden.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't like James Harden, but
James
I can
Harden's
get
a
over
meme
that.
at this point. I don't mind him.
I-
I used to hate him. I don't mind him at this point.
That's what I was gonna say. I can get over James Harden. I don't like Kyrie. I don't like
I don't
the way
like
Kyrie
Durant.
does business.
I don't like Durant
Eh.
because remember I was a
guess-
Thunder fan at the point when
Oh,
he
yeah, I
he
forgot.
betrayed them. I'm not.
Hey,
It's not us
hey.
anymore. Them.
Hey, I have to say this, Kaufman. You have less. I know he left your team.
Not my
But
team
he-
anymore.
he never
I
had-
know Russ is gone. Not my
No,
team.
no, you were. No, I'm not letting that happen. So, anyways,
I'm letting that happen.
your team. Yeah, but you're not you're not God here. I am.
But I'm Vince. I beat you.
I'm God. I'm the God of. I'm the King of Kings. I
Of all
win.
cosmos.
Of all cosmos. But it is interesting to see how that team's gonna get better.
Yeah.
If they're still struggling in January, in February, then that's an issue.
Mhm.
But until then, I mean, to be honest, until then, I'm not gonna really, I'm gonna watch basketball, of course, but I'm not gonna be taking any of it. I was gonna say when we talked about what we were gonna talk about, let's make a pick for who's gonna make it to the finals, and I thought about it. And I'm like, maybe we should wait a few weeks until we see what these teams look like, then make an actual
Mhm.
pick.
Watch
We
if
can
the
have a
Sixers win the title this year.
Just without
God,
Simmons.
without
Simmons.
without Simmons. With Simmons, literally, as soon as they get rid of him, imagine that they win.
I think they
Okay.
would have went to the finals if okay, they wouldn't have beaten the Bucks. But if
If he-
Simmons
well, no,
didn't
but
play,
if
they
he
would have
dunked-
beaten the Hawks. They would have beaten the Hawks in 5 if Simmons didn't play.
I can see that, but I also have to bring up one quick point. Are we gonna find? And I'm pretty sure that you, for sure, Kaufman, are at least in the same, hopefully in the same boat as I am, because if not, it's absolute betrayal. But are we gonna keep just pretending that Doc Rivers is this all-time great coach? Because a lot of people do.
The only time he won a
And
championship was with one of the
Kevin
most
Garnett,
stacked
Ray
people,
Allen,
and he only won
and
one with
they're not even
them.
and he only won one. And then the entire run with the Clippers was just not
He
good.
never made it to the
How many
conference finals.
how many times did he bow out? Exactly. There you go. And now this whole 76ers thing, where it's like, Doc, I get it. I feel the exact same way about you as Ben Simmons. But you, somebody who's been in this job as long as you have, why did you open your mouth?
Doc Rivers was about as
Just
culpable for that Hawks series as Ben Simmons was. Like,
Yeah.
Doc made some
that's the other thing.
questionable decisions.
But everyone, and you see it every time you hear any personality on TV talking about basketball in the 76ers or just Doc Rivers in general. They talk about him like he's fucking like he's Greg Popovich or he's Phil Jackson. No, he's not. He's got one ring that he got lucky that he had a really, really good stacked roster. You know, I'm not saying he's the worst coach ever. Clearly, he's not. He's not
an NBA
but
caliber coach.
He's I would say right now he's one of the top 5 coaches in the NBA.
Sure.
I mean, if you're looking at just, I guess, he is. Yeah, but the point is like, this is something that, as much as we want to blame, and yes, 90% of all of this problem is Ben Simmons. But within that other 10%, Doc Rivers is a big part of that.
True.
Doc Rivers has just, when they ask you if you can win with this, with Ben Simmons, that is a must-lie situation.
Know.
You don't say that. Even if you don't believe it, you don't say it. Because that is that moment was Ben shouldn't have reacted the way he did to it, but that moment was the catalyst to all of it.
All right.
All of it.
Cheese.
I'm here.
When does basketball season start? And by that I mean Xavier basketball.
They just had Muskie Madness tonight, so it's coming up soon.
Well, I don't know what
I
that
don't even know what a
means.
muskie is.
You know, like how like UK has Big Blue Madness and Duke has their thing. And when they're introducing the players for the men's and women's team, and then they do a bunch of exhibition
Oh,
fun
it's like
stuff.
a pep rally?
Kinda, yeah.
It's a pep rally.
That was tonight.
So, Cheeseman, do you have like an NBA team?
Yeah, you really hate me. It's the Celtics.
I don't hate that.
So, Cheeseman.
I don't hate the team. I hate the fan base.
True.
Because they're all racist. That's just
Cheeseman.
doing
When
that.
Cincinnati gets an expansion team, what are you gonna name it?
They were the Royals.
Yeah, just bring back the Royals. Don't.
No, I already have that trade.
They were the Royals first. Kaufman's a poor man. He doesn't have anything.
No, but they gave up the trademark. It's ours now.
But I do have to ask. I guess since he is a Boston fan, how are you feeling about that team? Because talk about like
the Celtics.
Yeah, because everything
sad.
that they did with the coaching and the management, and do you remember when everyone talked about Boston? Like, remember all those number 1 picks that they have?
Yeah,
and they have them forever, and it's like, what are you gonna do with them?
And they got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown out of it.
No, and those are 2 great players, like legitimately great players right now. But for all the picks that they had,
should have had more than 2.
Sad.
It's interesting to see where that, because like I heard you say that you forgot about all that stuff with Brad Stevens and I don't know who their coach is right now.
That's what I was gonna ask Cheeseman. Who's their coach?
I have no idea. How are you the fan? How are you the fan?
I'm not a good fan.
Well, okay,
He's
just
the fan.
Answer.
I'm not really a big basketball guy.
You tweet
I
about
love
Xavier all the time.
Well, yeah, because they're awesome.
You're a college, but you're going to be our college basketball insider.
That's fine.
you
I
hear-
prefer
speaking
college
of
ball
college
over
basketball-
pro ball.
Did you hear what the West Virginia head coach for
Huggins?
college? Yeah, what Huggins said earlier this week about the tournament,
Oh God.
where he thinks that there should be two separate tournaments, one for like the really good schools and one for like the small schools. It's like that is like
Mr.
the most
Huggins, you're describing the NIT. We have that.
well, it's also I think on Dan Patrick they described it like that is the most let them eat cake, or no, I think it was on PTI where Kornheiser and Wilbon were like that is the most like let them eat cake statement that it's just ridiculous.
So you got
Getting
Duke.
rid of
I think they
getting
should.
rid of the smaller schools would ruin it.
I think they should
Yeah,
expand
There's no
it.
Cinderellas.
I think there should be 128 teams. I think the whole year should be a tournament.
Do you
I
want
want
me to-
community college.
I like the idea of the whole year being.
And if
acting
you
like a
lose in the
tournament.
first round, you get one game for your season.
But I don't like the idea of expanding it because I cannot deal.
I want
I
community
look,
college.
I don't hate. I don't.
I
I
hate,
want
yes.
the University of Phoenix basketball team.
Yes, I want DeVry University in there.
and you know what? They pretty much just play like a 2K style thing on because that's what it is.
But
That's what it
anyway,
is.
that's basketball. That's about as much as we can talk about a season that's 2 games in out of 82.
I know.
Now we get
We'll
to 20,
pick to the
20,
75 at some point.
20 questions. 20 questions. Who would it? Oh
20
well. Before that, I will say it is weird. We're in that weird time of the sports calendar where we have baseball, basketball, football, and hockey.
Uh-huh.
I love
And
the
it-
sport
and the
crowd.
MLS.
I was gonna say and MLS. Like it is the best time of the year.
Mhm.
I love the sports
Everything's
equinox.
overlapping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But okay, 20 questions. Speaking of equinoxes, it has nothing to do with it. Chevy Equinox, maybe this person drove a Chevy at one point.
I am gonna. We've got to get this right on the first one. I don't care what it is. Just
Yeah,
throw out a
I
random ass name.
stumped you
Look.
guys last time.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. As far as I'm concerned, I'm good for like the next 52 episodes for the year
Honestly,
because I knocked it. I hit a
yeah.
home
Cheese.
run.
You
I
said
hit a
you said
grand
we. No, you, because Anthony and I'm just gonna ride on his
I
coattails
did-
here.
yeah, he can't miss
Anthony did all the work, but I was his partner,
Yeah.
so I get the A+ too, since it's a partner
I,
activity.
I carried this team.
He carried, but I was on it, so
Yeah, he
Uh,
was. You're like oh no, Dwight Howard contributed. Damn it. I need a player.
no,
who
I'm
didn't
like
even
I'm like
contribute
that
to
guy.
his team.
I'm like that guy that's
Darko Milicic.
I'm like Darko Milicic.
There
That's a
you go.
perfect one.
There you
uh,
go.
All right, but yeah, 20 questions. Do we usually give the sport?
Sport and like one
yeah.
foot.
We usually give the sport
Uh,
and
He's a baseball player.
shit.
I
Okay.
figured since we're getting close to the World Series, made sense.
I'm not gonna rock paper scissors this. I'm gonna go second. Cheeseman go first.
Is it Raleigh Fingers?
No,
Don't do
I'm
that.
out.
Do not do that.
I'm
Do
out.
not do that.
you're one
Ask
question.
that first question. No, he has to ask the first question. That does not count.
He asked.
I hate you.
Damn it! I am
Uh,
going to do it.
Yeah, is he playing now?
No, he is not.
Is he dead?
No, he is not.
Ooh.
So it's
he have
not Gordie Howe.
No, it's not Gordie Howe. Has he had controversy around him?
No.
Was he primarily National League?
Yeah, he was.
It's funny, that controversy thing literally just wiped out a whole bunch of folks for me in my head. You
This
said
is-
National League, right?
Yes,
Yes.
predominantly. He had a stint or two in the AL, but predominantly National League.
Has he played on more than 3 teams?
Yes. So that's question number 6, incoming 7.
Did he primarily play in the Central
No.
before post realignment?
No.
You should specify that.
Wait. What was his question right now?
Did he play in the Central? Like as the divisions stand today?
Okay. So he never did. Okay, that rules out who I was thinking.
That rules out 5 teams.
I don't think he ever played, like you asked predominantly, so no, he did not predominantly play there, and I don't think he ever played in there, but this he may have at some point.
Is he?
No, he never played in the
Is
Central.
he?
So this
Okay.
is question
Is-
number This should be
Two.
10.
Okay. Did I ask if he was playing now?
You did already,
You did,
yeah.
and he is not.
I did. Okay, I did. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Was he a pitcher?
I don't think he does have an appearance as a pitcher, but no, he was not.
Okay, so position player pitching. Oh, sorry,
So
position
so
player
I-
pitching.
I think
So
that's what that means.
I'm gonna ask a follow up to my own question. Okay, he's not in the Hall of Fame, but did he have a career that is Hall
No.
of Fame worthy? Okay,
No.
that's not gonna help at all because now I'm not gonna know it. Cheeseman.
He play in the West.
He did spend some time in the West.
Is he? Hmm. Does he have longevity in his career? Did he play for a good while, or is it? a
He
shorter
played
career?
for a total of 12 years. So yes. He stuck around.
Oh boy. Okay. Huh.
Was he outfield?
Yes. So question number 16 incoming.
Mm,
Flying through these.
mm.
Outfielder, played a little bit in the West, doesn't play anymore. Long career, not really Hall of Fame worthy.
Okay. Is he a World Series champion?
I don't think so, but you know what's funny?
What?
He
Oh no.
he played on a couple teams that did win World Series within a couple years of him being on the team, but he was never on the team when they won. There's
God,
there's
two
there's
separate teams.
there's like there's two instances of that happening.
Okay. Cheese.
Man, he could have, if he would have just stuck with either of the teams in 1 year in which he was traded, he would have been in the World Series the next year.
Ugh.
Did he play for the
Jeez.
Phillies?
This is question number 17. Yes, he did play for the Phillies at one point.
Ah. Did he play for the? Did he play for the Phillies for the majority of his career?
No, you have 2 questions remaining. And my camera died.
Yes, it did. I can tell because Kaufman is just
EOS
throwing up a
webcam
three.
utility.
Yes. Cheeseman, it's your turn.
You got 2 questions, remember.
I don't think I'm gonna get it at all because it's baseball.
I'll give you one big hint. If you've been watching baseball lately, you would have seen a good amount of him.
Huh. Cheeseman, it's still your question. God, did he freeze too?
No, he's just stuck.
He's in deep thought. I can tell. Look at his face. Oh, Plumley over there.
Should I? No, not going to give you that hint because combined with the other one, it would have given it away.
I highly doubt it.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna get it. I already know that. But I'm interested in seeing where it goes. Cheeseman, you have to ask a question at some point.
Was he center field?
He has played center field. That is not his primary position.
My God, I'm not gonna get this. You're gonna stump us, Kaufman.
And it's a name that's you've seen a lot of lately. You've been watching the postseason.
That's the thing, I haven't.
Last question. Am I going for back-to-back stumps here?
Is he working in the media now?
Stump fucker.
You have to guess. Like you have to guess a name.
I'm not gonna guess. I can't guess a name. I'm gonna just say
We're
Albert
just,
Pujols
we're just
'cause I
running.
don't know who
We're
it
just
is.
gonna run out of questions.
Yep, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
He is.
I'm out.
He is working in the media. Yes. He
I
now
don't
that's
know.
that's through 20 questions.
Yeah.
The only guess we got was question number 1, is he Raleigh Fingers? No, he is not. He is currently color commentator for TBS on the NL side of things. Jeff Francoeur,
I would not have gotten that.
longtime
didn't.
Brave, spent a few years as a Royal. In 2013, he was traded
That-
from. He was either
that
traded from
explains
or
it.
released to. In 2013, he went from the Royals to the Giants. And had he stayed with either of those teams for one more
Would have
year, he
won.
would have been in the World Series. It would have been his only appearance, I think. No, he was on Texas. He was on the Rangers when they went to the World Series as well,
When
but
they
they
went
lost.
to those back-to-backs.
Just in the 2010 one.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was never. Yeah. Nope. There was zero chance. But it does make sense considering that it is Braves and
Braves.
Royals.
Yeah, and he came up as the Braves. He's commentating over the Braves game. We talked about the Braves.
See, yeah.
Hmm.
Damn it.
So it's 2 stumps in a
Well,
row.
you know what?
I'll
what?
tell you this. Next
I'm
time I
still
host,
living.
I promise I won't go baseball because I've stumped you with 2 baseball players.
Well, it's not that it's just not that it's just baseball. It's like it's the
No.
most Kaufman baseball.
It
players.
is because it's baseball, because baseball has millions of
plethora.
players.
but also it's also just that like when we do NFL or basketball, it's like it's much more narrowed down. I feel
So
obviously.
the thing is with basketball in the
numbers.
NFL, and this is what I love about sports.
Mhm.
You can say certain names and you're just like, wow,
Oh.
that dude. Like if I
Yeah.
say trying to think of a good example. Like when we were going over the names that we like.
Mhm.
Like you could bring up an Algae Crumpler and you're like, wow, that was a dude.
Yeah.
I do remember Algae
Or-
Crumpler. Oh,
Or like I could say some random like linebacker that
you remember Braylon Edwards?
perfect example.
Exactly.
Wow.
I don't
Like,
know why.
everybody's like,
I don't even know.
Braylon
I don't even know
Edwards.
why. I don't even know why that name came into my head.
But with baseball, you can't do that because there's
No.
so many players like that if I say, wow, you guys remember, see, I can't even Melky Cabrera. Like, do you guys remember?
I do remember.
You
that.
guys remember Drew Butera? No, nobody does. I
No, I
do
don't-
because
I
he was a
don't.
Royal, but nobody else does.
But I do. It is a fascinating thing when you do think
Mhm.
about that.
But, like,
because
Basketball, you can do that because if you bring up
remember
Eric
Big Baby Davis.
Glenn Davis, perfect one. Eric Snow. You bring up
By the way, Big Baby Davis, who is one of the several that are being that they are in trouble with the law because they've been
Arrested.
defrauding-
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been defrauding the NBA's insurance thing. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's great. Love hearing that story.
Uh,
And he's the most famous, so his face is all over it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
But yeah.
So funny.
that's been
Um,
that's been the podcast. We got through it.
That's fine.
It was a good one. I
Gordie
think
Howe.
so.
Gordie
Gordie
Howe. Gordie Howe.
We had some stumps. We had some Subway. We had some tires. We had some we had no going to the dugout.
I'm admittedly hungry.
Yeah.
No,
It's
but
true.
you did have. Let me talk.
Well, you
Can I
let me
finish?
talk. But yeah, about this time the exit music should be rolling right now. Hope all of you have a good upcoming week.
Wrong show.
Hope you have a good upcoming week. And
Hey, go watch
yeah,
Going in Raw.
follow go watch Going in Raw. Follow us on Twitter at beards_balls, at born to run _19, at the cheese abides, OG Cheeseman. And follow me at CW Cough. Follow me on Twitch at CW Cough. Why not?
So one thing I think we're starting to
It's
do
right
now.
here.
Yeah, follow it. Go see him on Twitch. He's good. I think that we're gonna start giving away the next week's topics at the end of episodes, because what I really want you guys, the few of you that are listening, to do is engage with us about the upcoming topic. So if there are names or things that we might not even think about, you can throw things at us and we'll
Yeah.
include them. I mean, the
Send us
names.
an
I've gotten a few friends who've mentioned names that we missed out on and things like that. So be our friend.
Like perfect
As our
example, last
profile
week,
says.
my friend Mitch was like, you guys completely forgot Matt Stafford in the MVP discussion. Like, we just didn't even talk about him.
We totally even now I'm like, why did what? Yeah.
Mhm. But
and next week you'll get our updated MVP ranks.
But okay, Anthony, say your goodbye and your love song to Ulysses, and we'll call this an episode.
I don't know how to do this. Ulysses, I love you. You're my friend. You're the only other Hispanic, Mexican, Latin person who's been on this. Latinx, I don't know, person who's been on this podcast. So